Yo, what up? It's me, your boy. Hi, everybody. I'm not all the way back. I'm officially back tomorrow. Technically, I'm not back yet, but I thought I'd come by and say hi and see what was going on. I did catch some people talking some shit. I have a handful of things to talk about that kind of stuff, and I have some stuff to show you. Look, I got a goblin pin. I don't know who somebody sent me a cute little goblin pin, and it's very cute. So it is now on my hat. I have some other stuff to show you. It, like, came with, like, a character sheet and everything. But I'll show you that tomorrow on Chill Monday a little bit more. Which, I don't know what time Chill Monday is gonna go live tomorrow because I have some house maintenance to do. I gotta absolutely destroy my backyard for a little while. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Cheers! I hope you guys missed me while I was gone. I have not gone anywhere yet. I got home and I've been, like, doing a little bit of cleaning, but I've barely gotten out of my computer. Okay. So, while I was away, I got a DM, or 5, about a video that came out, while I was gone. That video, I have watched roughly 5 minutes of it, just to get me an idea of what was going on. And I was like, oh, maybe I should watch this whole thing, maybe I should wait, maybe I should whatever. So I have decided that I got about 5 minutes into it, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is something to talk about. This is... Because sometimes videos like this, they stand on their own, and commentary or anything like that takes away from it more than it adds. So that's usually when I check something out ahead of time, that's usually a decision I'm making about whether or not if I have something to add that's going to be worthwhile, or is it better to just let whatever's going to play, right? So this is Untangling the Webs. Put out a video called Exposing the Hate Group, Lifetime ROs, Fake Lawsuits, and Ultimate Hypocrisy. And the first 5 minutes are good. Like, I'm not here to pick on it as well. Don't look at my recommended. Don't notice that I already watched that once. I don't know what you're talking about. But the description says exposing the manufactured outrage, retaliatory filings, and legal delusions of the anti-Katie Joy network. In this breakdown, we'll look at how a group of creators relentlessly harassed a private non-content creator citizen, followed by desperate backdoor shakedowns, fake GoFundMe grifts, and frantic pre-court meltdowns. The receipts exposing the paranoia and ultimate accountability coming their way. And then there's, like, editorial parody notes, legal stuff, blah, blah, blah. There's, like, the list, right? Like, Steve, subject to a permanent lifetime restraining order, adjudicated in civil contempt court. Aaron, Sean, Megan, Brittany, Renell, right? Notice to platform reviewers, so, reference to these individuals, their public broadcasts or their digital footprints are strictly evaluative and intended to document compliance or non-compliance with judicial orders, right? And then there's, like, a bunch of comments and da-da-da-da-da. Oh, Claire's here. We have to have a conversation about Claire in the near future, but not for today, but pin that for later. And I'm sure I'll get to it eventually. But this is an hour long, so I hope you guys are ready to settle in and see what's up, because it's gonna be a hot minute. And I think there's only one other thing that I want to bring up. About covering these situations, like covering this, like, now 4-year epic is what it feels like. It feels like the Odyssey lasts forever. Like, we could have just gotten to our destination 2 years ago, but no, we're taking the long way around. Odysseus. Do you think they would get it if I started calling one of them Odysseus? I think they'd take it as a compliment. I wouldn't quite get the joke, but yeah, that's okay. Oh, yes, Athens, congratulations on your new job. I hope it goes well for you. I hope to hear a little bit more about it, and how it works out for you. I hope it goes well. Esteemed that time of the month and alumni, Claire Bear and EKC people suck. Yeah, I know, right, Smitty? And the only reason I brought Erin on was because Claire asked and recommended her heftily. Sweet Heathen, you better not disappoint me. Oh man, if Sweet ever came back, I'm sure she would be just as equally as lovely as she was before she left. Your schedule is being mad, don't know your days yet. Oh, yeah. No, I got you, I got you. Well, we'll chill and on Chill Monday and catch up with people a little bit more, but I wanted to dive into this and see what was going on. Because I don't know, I've been away, right? I've been gone, I haven't been paying I did nearly die. I nearly didn't make it back for my vacation. Because Rez nearly killed me. Rez, there's a picture of Aaron going around. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, because, like, it's related, and also, what the fuck? I just about died. So near the end of my vacation, I wasn't wholly unplugged, right? I was still, like, around a little bit, so if somebody, like, tagged me in something that they titled urgent or something, I would have been able to jump on it if necessary, but that didn't happen, obviously. But I was like, I don't like to get totally out of the loop, because then it's way too much work to try to get back in, right? But this video, or sorry, this image of Aaron gets posted and is kicking around, right? Which is, it's interesting to take a look at Aaron with no, filters at all. But that's not, like, I don't care about this. This is whatever. You can have whatever opinions about Aaron and how she looks, and I'm not gonna judge you about it. But Rez says about this picture, he says, and I quote, because I'm reading it off, he says, "She looks ready to harass some black neighbors for parking in their own driveway." And I'm not gonna lie, that just about took me out. Like, that is very funny. That was a very funny comment. The HOA comment was pretty good. There's a couple of good zingers on caption this photo, but man, that one got me. Crazy when Aaron looks like a person instead of a horror movie serial killer. Yeah, I mean, that, her, like, she looks like a regular person. Like, you know what I mean, right? Considering what happened to Steve's sanity, I don't recommend Sweet Heathen appear outside of friendly message. Do I need to wait if the internet's gonna be being clunky? It looks okay on my end. Everything looks fine on my end. I will never stop doing that. You can't make me. Literally not even once, baby. Buffering on YouTube, but not on Twitch. Everything shows us fine on my end, which is wacky. I'll give it a minute. I'll give it a minute. I'll just sit here for a hot second. Is this the photo that triggered Aaron? Is this the photo? Is this the one you're mad at, Aaron? Is it that one? Oh my god. Aaron, please. Aaron, please. Aaron, please. Don't do this. Don't do this. There's no need. It's okay, we waitin'. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. We're waiting to see if YouTube wanted to stop being drunk. Alright, so what I was saying. The reason why I'm still, like, watching this and... Hey, welcome. The reason why I'm still, wanting to cover this is, one, I find it a little bit interesting. Right? I find the behavior fascinating to some degrees. And, like, just the level of absurdity of how ridiculous this is. The legal part is interesting, and seeing and holding people accountable, and not letting them just pretend that nothing happened, right? Like, come on. But also because I think these people make a really, really good example of stuff that happens on the internet all the time, but it's completely bald-faced. Like, these people have been, like, Steve and Aaron and Renell and Veda and Sean and Megan and down the rabbit hole and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And, like, a couple of people who joined in and then jumped off the bandwagon and thought better of it and et cetera, et cetera. How easy it is to get caught up in this kind of stuff. But Aaron is obvious. Steve has been obvious. Veda has been obvious. They've been, like, Sean and Megan are not hiding what they're doing. They've been doing it very forwardly, very out in the open, very directly, sometimes just straight up saying exactly what they're doing and exactly what their plans are. And for years, people were still backing them up and agreeing with them, right? Like, this, and it's gone on for so long and it's so absurd. But this kind of stuff and the stuff these people are doing do this shit, like, other people do this shit in other parts of the internet in more subtle ways. In ways where they're less likely to get caught, or haven't been caught, right? Like, and these guys are easy to point out with their like coercive control tactics and like what they're doing and what they're up to, and there's no real question about, oh, is it not, yada da 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 da, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're not really believable villains. They're corny and one-dimensional. Yeah, exactly. There are people that are doing, like, they make a good example of what you should look out for in other communities, or if somebody is coming to you, wanting you to do X, Y, or Z for them, or coming to you with a story, or saying that something happened, etc., 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 right? It's super obvious. But not everybody is as obnoxiously fucking stupid as these people, where they're doing it so blatantly in your face. Oh, I gotta update this, by the way. I'll update this tonight. Okay. So let's get into this video, and that's one of the main reasons why I want to talk about it, because if you don't get exposed to this, you don't know it's there. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's take a look.
Looks like we have some private messages from a hate group, where the subject is a woman who has been granted multiple lifetime ROs, and many of those issued are right in that group. If you're catching up on this multi-year saga, here is how it started. As co-admin of a Facebook group critical of Katie Joy Paulson, Charlotte enforced basic ethics, calling out creators like Down the Rabbit Hole at Bedtime for leaking Patreon content and Veda Jade for art plagiarism. This crowd wasn't used to being challenged. By mid-July 2023, that friction exploded into relentless harassment after a shady, manufactured group takeover pushed her out. They took over the admin.
Hold on, this clip of Steve. Is this clip of Steve? Like, his hair's still long. Is this what? I wonder when this is from.
Relentless harassment. After a shady, manufactured group takeover pushed her out, they took over the admin roles and immediately launched a campaign to punish and bankrupt her. Ignoring C&Ds and TROs, what started as summer 2023 cease and desists quickly escalated when they refused to stop, forcing Charlotte to file initial TROs in Kansas. As they tagged in other creators to carry out the smear campaign, infractions piled up, pushing the count to at least 5 lifetime restraining orders and 1 2-year RO. They coordinated with unconstrained peers to spread meritless claims, falsely accusing her of being a Katie Joy employee, committing loan fraud, hacking, swatting, calling her local police under false pretenses, and even dragging estranged family onto panels. When they
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid list. I think the only one I would add is doxing her personal phone number, so she was receiving harassing like phone calls to her actual phone, as well as her driver's license and banking information got out, and so all of that needed to be changed and updated. That's the only thing I might add. The only other thing that I might also add to this is I might toss in that she was only an admin of that anti-Katie Joy group for like a week or two. Like, it was not long. But like, these are like additional details that you don't necessarily need to get the gist of what's happening. It's just like, that's a little bit extra, right? You don't remember seeing that background? That looked like the similar background to the one that he used when we switched out of Caffeine Corner. Or when he was talking about like legal stuff with Kyle, he might use that one, if I'm remembering. But it's been a long time, and I haven't gone to look. It's been a long time, guys. Guys, it's been a long time. Jeez. All right, let's keep going.
Tried filing retaliatory vindictive restraining orders. Those got dismissed. It has been one traumatic event after another. Fortunately, Charlotte backed up everything, step for step. The consequences followed. Lifetime restraining orders, platform sanctions, and U.S. channel bans for Meg, Sean, and Aaron, with DAs now stepping in.
And eventually the good always comes out on top, and that's what's going to happen.
We agree with Megan for once. Good has come out on top. So how do we have their private DMs? Meg leaked a screen recording from an anti-Charla hate group where they coordinated their abuse. In a desperate bid to...
I don't think I would call this an anti-Charla hate group. I think it's a very functional title. I don't think that's what I would call it. I think I would just call it, like, it's just their friend group of colluders that are doing this. You know what I mean? It's not like... It makes it sound bigger than it is. Do you know what I mean? There's not like the same, like, if you liken it to the same way as, like, the Katie Joy hate group, there's like, I get what they're saying. I'm not like, I don't mean to be overly critical or anything. It's just not the terminology I would use. But one thing about this that I will point out is that the language that is used here is really aggressive towards like Steve and Aaron and the company group, right? I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just pointing it out. So if you wanted to, I'm not saying that this video is, but if you wanted to do like a timeline video or you wanted to come off as more neutral, you wouldn't necessarily want to use this kind of language. I don't think they're saying anything wrong. It's all correct. So it's like, nothing seems out of pocket to me. And I think this is good. I think these people need a little bit of aggressive language in their life because like otherwise they don't clue in, they don't get it, you know what I mean? They're not quite getting what people are throwing down.
To save her own skin, Meg snitched on her inner circle. Though her deal broke down and she's in deep trouble anyway, the receipts are out. They wanted courtroom drama. They got real accountability. Before we dive in, to keep things moving, we are using synthesized audio to bring these DMs to life like an audiobook, not as impersonations, but to keep facts clear using jump cuts and context explainers. To keep it visually engaging, we're pairing those audio tracks with screenshots of the actual chat logs alongside clips and photos of the speakers. Welcome back to Untangling Webs. Let's look at the record.
Yeah. No. I like the aggression too. I think it's necessary. You not only need the aggression, but I think you also need a metric ton truck full of crayons. Like, you gotta baby step with these people. But like, the thing is when you try to baby step with somebody like Sean, where you're like, okay, all right, now what do you agree with here, disagree with here? He just folds in on himself and then thinks you tricked him. And it's like, no, you're just tripping over your own feet, my guy. Like, that's all that's happening. Can't be successfully sued for defamation if you're spitting straight facts. Yeah, right? Jesus.
And then she says, on this next page I see, she says,
I really like this format, by the way. Like, this that they've added, like, oh, this is who Aaron is, and then also this is the date that this took place on. I think adding the date up here and highlighting that is really important, because I think the timeline for people gets really messed up about the order of events, and just because of the sheer amount of volume. Right? The sheer volume. Like, even in the list of things that they gave that, like, this group did to Charla, how quickly did they breeze past Steve admitting that he called the police on her frivolously just to, like, get back at her? Like, he did that. He said he did that. Which, in his definition, is swatting. That's him admitting to swatting her. Like, my guy, what are you talking about?
That you were talking to her stepdaughter, and that you asked, I'm guessing Cammie, to send you anything that you could use against her in the TRO in North Carolina, and then Charlotte says, I was served on November 3rd. It was dismissed on November 9th. But like, even you didn't entertain filing anything against anyone until after you were served, and you never even did file anything on her. You filed.
Yeah, that's just a straight up lie. This is going to go into it, but like, it's interesting to see, like, who is Aaron gaslighting here? We know, and this video is about to show us again, that Veda named Charla in her lawsuit in North Carolina. Right? She named her. So, like, who is Aaron lying to? Aaron is named in that lawsuit. Steve is named in that lawsuit. Because Veda named her. And named him. So, in what world? Like, in what fucking world? Who is she lying to? Herself? Or is she just trying to also lie to herself to convince herself it's okay to retell the story on her own? But also, is she trying to, like, keep these other people, like, in order so they're all saying the same, they're trying to keep their story straight poorly, right? April in the chat said when my daughter was 3, she would be more aggressive at the bathroom door than those cops were at Steve's house. Yo.
Child and Katie Joy. So this whole thing just I can't believe I didn't even realize this. This whole thing is just a fucking bullshit story.
All right, so here's the thing. There's two other parts about this, right? Again, before the video is going to have its own point, right? I don't know if people have noticed, that is the argument that Renelle was using. Renelle was excusing what she did and her participation with this group as if she never talked about Charla because Veda only filed against what's her face? Katie. Except she didn't file just against Katie, she filed against Charla. And you tried to lump her together, and lumping Katie Joy in with lumping Katie Joy and Charlotte together is like a whole ass tactic. Hi, Landon. I haven't caught up to find out what is going on. I know a little bit about it. That seems absolutely crazy, and I look forward to like covering it and finding out exactly what's going on when I'm officially back. This is my I'm not really back stream. The recess police in an elementary school is more aggressive. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, let's give this some context. In late October 2023, around Halloween. Okay, let's give this some context.
Catherine, Mansky, Paulson, and Charla. See? Yeah, Landon, I want to know what's going on a little bit later, so I'm in a position where I can try to help out. So, I'll touch base soon. But yeah, like, it's literally right there. And this is gonna get funnier.
In late October 2023, around Halloween, Brittany Nicole Hansen, who goes by Veda Jade on YouTube, filed a frivolous TRO against Katie Joy, naming Charla as a co-defendant without evidence.
So, yeah, if you actually read what's on screen here, and you have to sort of, like, take a second and pause this video a couple of times to read what's on the screen, but, this week I was forced to hire an attorney in Smithville, North Carolina, a place that I've never even been because a woman who runs hate groups about my business filed a baseless temporary restraining order against me. In the order, Brittany Nicole Hansen goes by Veda Jade Online, claims that I was sending her threats and having employees da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But I think one thing that is important here is to remember that Veda filed this against Katie and Charla and named Steve, Aaron, and herself. Alright? I just really think it's important that you guys remember that part.
McRae, Aaron Costello, and Brittany Nicole Veda Jade Hansen had each been issued a TRO several weeks earlier in a Kansas court. Veda baselessly blamed Charla for online harassment, including spoofed threatening emails sent to various creators, a wave of hostile spoofed messages targeting multiple channels, creating an atmosphere of manufactured panic designed to cast suspicion on and scapegoat Charla. Of course, when confronted about it, Veda tried to use her own convoluted logic as a shield.
If I were going to spoof emails, would I be fucking stupid enough to create them in my own name and threatening to kill kids?
This is incredibly bad logic. It's the same kind of logic that we saw when Kyle was trying to avoid accountability. What? Would I do that? That'd be stupid. That'd be crazy. Why would I do that? Why would I make emails in my own name that might help throw people off of suspecting it was me? Gee, I don't know. Why? I couldn't possibly fathom a reason why you would use your own name as part of a me? Dumb? Like, literally, part of their fucking arguments in court have been, but Your Honor, I'm just stupid. Your Honor, I'm just an idiot. I can't have possibly done this, I'm just too stupid. Like, it's insane. It's like, it's
not our responsibility to explain why stupid things are done by stupid people.
It's also a deflection, also on top of a, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? It's throwing, what's the word? It starts with a D. Brain. 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 Guys, what's the name of the word I'm looking for? Or what is the word I'm looking for? It's not deflection. It is a deflection, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's, not delusion. That's certainly happening here. Oh, shit. The word I'm looking for is when somebody... no, it's not diversion. Despacio. Yeah. Despacito. Oh, no. It's... Oh, no. What is she doing? The name of the word. I know. Oh, my God. I'm struggling. It's almost like I've been on vacation for a week and my brain isn't turned on yet. It looks it's backfiring. Deflecting? No, that's like, she is doing that, but that's not the word I'm looking for. I'm losing it. I've lost it. I don't know what they're yelling about. Alright, I gotta burn up the Kaba. Darvo, there's also that, but no, not in this one. It's like a way of distracting from, like, the point. But not misdirection's a good word, too. Fuck. I need to let it play a little bit. Denying, yeah. Obfuscation. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh, brain. Hold on. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back, and I'm gonna let her talk, and then maybe I'll come up with it while I'm going.
Manufactured panic designed to cast suspicion on and scapegoat Sharla. Of course, when confronted about it, Veda tried to use her own convoluted logic as a shield.
If I were going to spoof emails, would I be fucking stupid enough to create them in my own name and threatening to kill kids?
It's not our responsibility to explain why stupid things are done by stupid people.
And threatening to kill kids. No, if I was going to spoof emails, they wouldn't be in my name. They would be against everybody I can't stand.
Speaking of stupid, this is from a stream where Veda is driving to Kansas. While we cannot conclusively state whether Veda is stupid enough to create the threatening emails in her name, she is most certainly stupid enough to engage in harassment and smearing the protected person while driving to Kansas court to defend herself against harassment claims.
Would I be fucking stupid enough?
That's a really good point. It might be diluting. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably come up with it. It's just, at some point, I'm just gonna post the word on Blue Sky, because it's gonna be like 3 hours from now. I'm gonna be like, that's the word I was looking for. But yeah, no, I remember this stream because this stream came up in court when I was getting questions, and they were like, when have you ever seen us talking about this? I'm like, you were live streaming while you were driving here, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about?
Instead of taking accountability, she doubled down on the circus. She was attempting to weaponize the legal system for content farming and retaliation. Because both defendants retain the same counsel in the small North Carolina town where Veda filed, their joint representation was cynically used to assert collusion. Sharla retained...
Okay, this is as far as I got in the video, because I really wanted to talk about this a little bit more, because I think this is a little bit under noticed. Like, people don't notice this one. Veda filed to put Sharla and Katie Joy together on purpose. Divert might be the word I was looking for. She did it on purpose. And she did it on purpose to be like, when they were forced to work together because they were both named on that same paperwork, she could then cyclically use that to say, see, I was right, they're working together. And it worked. And it worked. And they were like, oh, see, look, she's working together. And people bought that shit. Right? Even in this video, it's not entirely clear, right? And this video is doing a great job. Like a red herring that starts with D? Yes. Yes, that's what yeah, Al, you got it. So then there's also, on top of that, when they then used that to say that they were working together, and then turned around and said, oh, but actually Sharla wasn't a part of this. You actually went after Katie Joy. You've gone backwards and retroactively cut the knees out of your original argument. So if you want to say that one of your reasons why Katie Joy and Sharla were working together was because they worked together on this lawsuit that you put them together in, and then you say, well, actually, Sharla wasn't a part of that, then your entire point and entire argument for Charlotte and Katie Joy working together is null and void because the only piece of evidence you had was the one you manufactured in the first place. I want to repeat this. They manufactured it. They invented it. They filed it all on their own. And I can say they because this wasn't just Veda doing this. Steve and Aaron are listed in that fucking paperwork. And the fact that people still haven't, in some cases... Oh, derail. Yeah, that's a good one. Derpy doe, dippy dumb. Yeah. Like, there's... And people still didn't catch on to this. Like, there are still people now who haven't caught up to how fucking stupid this is, but also how intentionally devious it is. Like, this is devious. And as much as these people want to talk about, oh, they're weaponizing the fucking court, or, oh, this person is using the court to harass me, blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you literally tried to use the court to force people to work together so then you could use that as justification for the fact that you've been saying they've been working together the entire time when you have no evidence that they in fact did so. And then when you get called out on doing that, you turn around and say, well, I don't know why we're in trouble for talking about this because, like, it wasn't about Charlotte. You filed against Katie Joy and only Katie Joy. You're implicating me. My guy. A smokescreen? Yeah, something like that. You get what I meant.
The firm first. A timeline confirmed by Catherine Paulson. Veda only created this overlap by lumping Charlotte and Katie Joy into a joint retaliatory filing, then hypocritically weaponized it to fuel her own conspiracy theories. Lacking jurisdiction and evidence, the lawsuit was dismissed just 9 days later. When these creators are faced with the actual legal consequences of their actions, they don't look inward. Instead, they pivot straight into a full-blown spy thriller. Take Veda, for instance, who has convinced herself and her chat that none of this is happening organically. No.
So before they go into this part, I do want to point out that we literally... they did a live stream that had Megan, Nikki, Aaron, and Veda in it, where Veda asked Nikki to do a stream about this lawsuit she filed because about Charla, because she's not allowed to say Charla's name, and Nikki agreed, and Megan and Aaron were both there colluding to do this. Colluding to circumvent. They knew the TROs were not supposed to be violated and that they were not supposed to be talking about Charla back then. Back then! The whole time! They've known the whole time! They knew the TRO, they were not supposed to be fucking saying shit when they had TROs. Now they have lifetime restraining orders and they're trying to pretend they don't fucking know. Their behavior has ironically made Katie Joy seem like a savant. Yeah, I know, right?
According to her, there's a grand financial conspiracy at play. Because they treat online harassment...
There is a grand financial conspiracy at play. It's hers. It's their conspiracy.
Harassment like a coordinated business, they assume everyone else does too. But Veda takes it a step further, trying to connect invisible dots to justify why she slapped a TRO on Katie Joy Paulson in the first place.
And I'll tell you why people wanted to know really the big reason behind me putting the TRO on Katie, because I'll tell you what they're doing right now. What they're doing is what happened is this woman is absolutely being paid to do all this. And what she's doing is she's got an order against her to where she cannot incite third-party harassment. But instead, 2 days after court, she goes around to Burnt Toast, convinces her that she's being harassed and gets her to post stuff. Then she went to Nonsense, and Nonsense jumped all over that. She got wet at the moment of getting revenge at me.
Listen to the gymnastics there. Instead of accepting that multiple independent creators and individuals are simply reacting to their relentless harassment campaigns, Veda has to invent a script where Charla is a paid operative moving pieces on a chessboard, recruiting creators like Burnt Toast and Nonsense. It's a classic conspiracy mindset. Completely fabricate a narrative of financial backing and shadow puppetry to distract from the simple, uncomfortable truth that people are just standing up to toxic behavior. And the best part?
Which is, ironic considering what they wanted was attention. They wanted the attention. They wanted this to get, blown up. They wanted the views. They wanted the subscribers. They wanted it to blow up their channels and make money off of it and ride the drama wave. But then they fucking not... Oh, no, hold on, not like that. It's like every time Aaron's like, please, Manya, talk about me. Please, Chesh, talk about me. Please, I love that you talk about me. Talk about me more, please. Wait, no, hold on. Not like that, not like that, not like that. I don't like that. Right?
Part, they have zero receipts for any of it. Just vibes, paranoia, and a lot of wishful thinking. Let's look back at November 5th, 2023, when Nikki, the only creator, panelist without an RO, accepts the restrained harasser's request to stream and amplify Veda's baseless smears.
This stream that is being shown on stream right on the video right now is the stream I was referring to. This one that's got all 4 of them in it. This is the one I was talking about. This is the one where he went through and talked about how Veda was saying she was abusing her dog and like her kid, or definitely not her kid or whatever. This was this stream. This is also the stream that I was just bringing up where she asked Nikki to circumvent the court order and stuff. Yeah. It was that one. Yep, this is it. November 5th, 2023.
Presence of Aaron, the entitled gaslighter, quest to stream and amplify Veda's baseless smears. All this done in the presence of Aaron, the entitled gaslighter. Before we go to that members-only stream, let's take a brief look at this clip from October 2024 of Aaron covering Chesh, covering the situation. Even 2 years.
So this was before they go on to this. The extra funny thing is I reviewed that stream because the stream was originally members only stream, and then Veda made it public, and I yoinked it. Like, I got a copy of it, and then like it turns into a whole other thing. Raisin, I'm sorry, I'm gonna drive you crazy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But this is one of the things that prompted Aaron to fucking send me a DM, right? Where she was just like, oh, it's a bad stream, but, you know, shit happens. It's like, bro, you got fucking caught. It wasn't supposed to be public. Something being members only doesn't make it not public. It makes it paid content. You know what it still is? Content. Idiot. If I go to a concert and I have to pay to get in, is the concert not public? What are you talking about? You're so stupid. Alright, oh look, it's me! Derailing?
Brief look at this clip from October 2024 of Aaron covering Chesh, covering the situation. Even 2 years ago, while Aaron was covering a stream where Cheshire Vic called out Aaron's harasser pals for blaming Charlotte for spoofed emails, Aaron either played dumb or simply couldn't remember, cynically deflecting with, where did we say these were from Charlotte?
Claiming you were getting harassed. Oh, this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite clips of Aaron, by the way. This is one of my favorite clips of Aaron. I got the one where she's like, fucking Cheshire. I got the, Lolcow says what? And then there's this one. I wonder if they're gonna play the whole thing.
Emails from Charla, and she said, hey, I got this email. I don't think this is
when did
clearly
we
a
say
fake
that?
email. Nowhere in her
Don't put words in our mouths, Chesh. When did we say that these were from Charlotte? We never said that.
Now let's go straight to that members-only stream.
You don't even need to go that far, because Aaron says that, then goes on a little bit of a rant, and then if you hit play, and then as I hit play again, so as soon as she hits play on me, Veda immediately blames Charlotte in that video that I'm watching.
The only reason I wanted you to do it was because I can't say Charlotte's name.
I'll do it. Nah, I'm gonna leave it public. Why not? Everyone deserves to see what's going on, and what you deserve to have the truth out, and you deserve a lot of apologies, which I don't think you're gonna get, but
This wasn't, I disagree that this was a private conversation. It was certainly behind a paywall, but...
This you, sweetie?
I'll do it.
The plan to blame a court-protected person for the fake emails is devised and restrained Aaron's presence. Right after this, members only live where the script and narrative choices were mapped out behind closed doors.
Okay, hold on. I want to find this original clip. This was... Wait, not that one. The one with me. Which one was this? I'd literally just make a video titled LOL Cow Company. Oh, I'm ridiculous. I'm a goofy goober. Hold on. Let me pull this clip up, because you guys are gonna laugh your asses off. You have to see it. I mean, we laughed at it at the time, but it is so very funny. Hold on. What? LOL Cow Company. Yo, it literally is the name of this stream. That's very funny. Do we have a timestamp? Oh, we don't want my stream. We want Aaron's stream. Right. Ah, fuck. Which one was that? Ah, you know what? Fuck it. It's fine. We'll find it later.
Email.
Hey, Jeff.
Nowhere in her
Don't put words in our mouths, Chesh. When did we say that these were from Charlotte? We never said that.
Now, let's go straight to that members-only stream.
One reason
Everyone, which I don't think.
Protected person for the fake emails is devised and restrained Aaron's presence. Right after this, Members Only Live, where the script and narrative choices were mapped out behind closed doors, Nikki jumped straight onto her own channel to broadcast those exact talking points, weaponizing the fake email claims against Charla, just as they had workshopped.
This would be Carla.
When did we say that these were from Charlotte? We never said that.
This would be Carla.
We never said.
And then, like, right after Nikki fucking did this video, the freaking paperwork that she asked her to talk about for North Carolina was dismissed. It was, like, the next day. It's so embarrassing.
Said that.
Of course it is. Carla.
It's some fucked up shit.
It's Carla.
We never said that.
What are you trying to do, Carla?
We never said that.
Like, you're fucked. You're sick. Go get some help. It's all really weird, but they're extremely nervous about something. Yeah, you know what it is? It's Carla.
We never said that.
It's Carla. Please block her. She is psycho. She does this. This is what she does.
It's some fucked up shit.
She doesn't stop. She does not stop. So all of you obviously know I'm talking about. Obviously know I'm talking about Carla. Obviously.
We never said that.
Carla. That's her name. Carla.
We never said that.
That's what I'm calling it.
When did we say that these were from Charlotte? We never said that.
Days later, as Veda's lawsuit was dismissed on November 9th.
Aw, it's so sad that they didn't play the other part of the video. I think maybe I'll do it. I'll clip that together as a YouTube short or something. Because, like, it gets distracting because she goes on this rant, and then hits play and then doesn't acknowledge that they literally just said the thing that they never said. So I think I might have to cut it across. Is this company business? Yeah, this is Untangling Webs put out a video that's kind of operating a little bit like a timeline, about and getting some context for the, what's the word I'm looking for? The DMs that Megan leaked.
Nikki broadcasted a reading of that same frivolous legal filing, which was shared by numerous anti-Katie Joy YouTubers. While Nikki has since deleted these videos, perhaps developing a conscience, their removal confirms the calculated, coordinated nature of their campaign against Charla, proving this was never just commentary. Charla was granted protection from harassers on this panel months earlier, but yet, here they are. But it's okay, because this convo was supposed to be private, so privately conspiring to cause public damage against a protected person is okay by Miss Translator. It's telling that Erin forgets this nightmare she helped orchestrate. What's an afterthought to the abuser was weeks of prolonged, agonizing nightmare for the abused.
And then she says that, it's on the other page. So Zafar asks her and so you sent the cease and desist, and it is your testimony that Brittany and Aaron did not cease their discussions. I received my cease and desist on August 23rd.
I don't think that's correct. I'm not sure about that, though.
As a brief aside, of particular note is this date. While these creators paint Charla as a court abuser for defending her safety, August 23rd exposes their true colors. This was the day they weaponized Charla's own family, actively digging up 5-year-old Facebook posts to recruit her estranged stepdaughters onto their panel to publicly trash her. It wasn't lawfare, it was a final straw. Charla's patient restraint only ended when they cold-bloodedly targeted her private family.
Yeah, it wasn't the cease and desist that happened then. It was the... Was it the cease and desist? I'm trying to remember. Now I'm forgetting. If it was the cease and desist or if it was the TRO. I mean, the cease and desist would have had to come first regardless, right? I just don't remember if the cease and desist... I know it wasn't until they went after Charla's family and that, like, tried to go quote-unquote real life on her that she actually started filing stuff, so... And she would have had to do a cease and desist first, so August 23rd might be right. There just wasn't a whole lot of time before the cease and desist and the TROs.
Life, forcing her to seek the legal protection they now ironically cry about.
I hope every one of you feels like a complete and utter moron right now.
Well, this totally not a moron, Steve McRae, has since been issued a lifetime restraining order, with likely potential contempt filings forthcoming.
I'm not gonna lie, I low-key kinda hope that Steve gets a fucking contempt file again. Like, I hope he... Like, as much as this is so much of a giant fucking pain in the ass for Charlotte, and it's expensive, and it sucks, and she's, like, going through fucking the ringer on it, yeah, Steve getting a fucking new contempt filing for his lifetime restraining order 3 years later would be fucking very, to me, very funny. Like, I think that's funny. That's gonna get copyright struck, so I'm just muting it. Oh yeah, there's all the lifetime restraining orders and... Totally not a moron, yeah. Definitely not. Definitely not a moron. Do copyright song, copyrighted song, copyrighted song. I do not bluff. I just want to point out just in this real quick, if you guys don't know, if you guys didn't notice what's on screen, although I do like this like little grab on the corner here, this is pretty good. I do not bluff, and what I tell you is all factually as I can be to the best of my abilities. Not bluffing and not lying are two different things. You can bluff while telling the truth. You can also bluff without lying. So these are independent of each other. One doesn't constitute the other one. I also want to laugh a little bit about this. Where was that? 75? 74 pages of exhibits was just him printing off tweets onto paper. Like, it's not... And we knew this because he showed it on that fucking... his mod call where they tried to frame Charla in California court. An avalanche of evidence. Yeah, okay.
Complete and utter moron right now. People that are supporting Charla, I hope every one of you feels like a complete and utter moron right now.
Imagine strutting into court demanding a 5-year order against your target, only to fold, dismiss your own vindictive retaliatory case, and catch a lifetime restraining order instead. Absolute masterclass in self-own.
Oh! It's so embarrassing! I don't know if I would survive saying something that stupid out loud. I say dumb shit. Like, I'm not the smartest fucking... I'm not the smartest fucking person in the world, right? Like, I ain't that bright a lot of times. I've said stuff that's wrong or incorrect or stupid, right? But not that fucking dumb. And people think that I was the fucking... People think that I was I wasn't the intellectual. Steve was the intellectual. People think I was the dumb one.
I received my cease and desist on August 23rd.
Oh.
August 23rd.
Oh, is that
August
so?
23rd. August 23rd. So that was a month and a half, I'd say, before this month.
Oh, I double checked. The cease and desist was August 23rd, and it was the 27th that the TRO was filed. Because more streams started happening, right?
So what the fuck is she talking about?
For context, the mod call she's trying to brush off wasn't some innocent chat. It was submitted as a formal legal exhibit in the case. It was a coordinated gathering of Steve, Veda, Meg, and several other harassers, including Charla's estranged stepdaughter, Cammy. Even though Steve wasn't officially restrained yet, they all had C&Ds and knew the legal paperwork was in motion. This was a preemptive attempt to coordinate a defense and manufacture a retaliatory TRO as leverage to force Charla into backing down. In fact...
Yeah, that's accurate. It was them coordinating to like they admitted that it was a frame job in that conversation, right? In that conversation, they talked about how they were. He's like, "Oh, I don't believe this is necessarily her, but I'm going to present it as if it is." So you're presenting something that you don't know is true, Steve. That's what that means. Somebody in the chat is asking, what happened to Steve? Oh, I mean, you want a list? Besides his eating shit outside of a... What happened to Steve is a pretty big question, my friend. What was the last thing you saw? One literal brain damage, right? Yeah, literal brain damage. Oh, hey, Dapper, what's going on? Somebody in the chat just asked me what happened to Steve. That's a big old question. You should go and watch the... Actually, it might be worth your time to go and watch the video that Dapper and FTFE and me and Plainer Walk did. Applebee's. Got bonked by Applebee's, bro. Now he's got a lifetime restraining order. Chesh was the dumb one, while Steve was a genius who twatted at Applebee's and lost a fight to pavement. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's going on an alien kick or something. Last I saw, he was trying to become a MAGA influencer. Yeah, that's... I guess that, yeah. It's mostly just on Facebook, though. It's mostly just on Facebook, because Manya literally ran him off of streaming. So he got his lifetime restraining order, got bonked by me in his crazy harassment shit, got beaten by Charla in court multiple times, and then Manya finished him off by reviewing his crazy MAGA shit. And then he ran away and has not streamed since on his own channel, either his private one or on Non Sequitur Show. And then at one point we caught him trying to debate with Grok, which was really sad. And now he's just on Facebook embarrassing himself about MAGA stuff. Oh yeah, and his anti-trans stuff, that happened. But I mean, that kind of comes with being MAGA, right?
Veda was so rattled by what that exhibit exposed that she actually posted a now-deleted video directly intimidating Charla over it.
To show up with a mod call to claim that me and Aaron were on it and that we were conspiring with your family to target, harass, and threaten you. I would take that off.
Quote from the mod call, Aaron was supposed to be there, but she was at work. Megan was also in that call. I don't want to leave her out. Megan was also there.
The exhibit list if I were you.
This is when they were arguing about what 15 minutes in an hour was. I shit you not. Steve went from hanging out with, like, engineers and scientists and, like, experts in fields of study to arguing with people because they don't know what a quarter of an hour means. Why is her background cotton candy colored? Fucked if I know.
This public intimidation of a protected person was done just 5 days before court. Remember when she asked if she'd really be stupid enough to do it?
Would I be fucking stupid enough?
Exhibit A, Your Honor. Okay, so here's the exhibit Veda didn't want the court to see.
So, the big one is this one. This is her thing where she says, I will swat you from RedTube, right? Now, the big thing on this one is, now I'll be straight up. Can I prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she sent that? No. There's one of either...
Steve, that's illegal. You are trying to frame someone in California court for telling a court that this person did illegal activity and was threatening you, and you didn't know it was them, and you didn't necessarily even believe it was them. Steve, that's illegal. You're framing someone. Megan. I do like that it's clever that they put Megan right there. That's a... Yeah, because they could have zoomed all the way in on Steve, but no, they left Megan on screen. Clever untangling webs. Very clever.
Two major possibilities. Obviously, one being she didn't send it, but...
Say that again?
One being she didn't send it, but if she
I said this at the time. We've been here all along.
If she didn't send this, though, she knows who did. I'm convinced of that.
If you want a masterclass in how these retaliatory filings were used purely as leverage, look no further than an email Steve McRae sent directly to Charlotte's California attorney, Emma, in October 2023. Operating pro se, Steve tried to engineer a backroom deal, offering to drop down to a 2-year restraining order, only if Charlotte completely caved, dropped her Kansas orders against his moderators, and vacated his own TRO.
These are 100% identical to the ones she filed previously in September and August, proving it is her filing these harassing privacy complaints that I have to respond to YouTube on the exact same videos.
He even casually
That's not how YouTube. Steve knows better. I'm not even gonna touch this. Steve knows, like, a lot of us know better about how the back end of YouTube copyright claims look and how they work and how privacy claims work. If you don't know how they function and about what they look like when they come in and how much information YouTube does and does not give you when somebody files one, Steve's bullshitting here. He's just banking on the court not understanding how the fucking internet works. And admittedly, with the amount of and how long this has gone on, and that this court is a situation where it's like the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Kansas, with the judges are all older, right? They don't know. And so like there's a whole ton of these people trying to bank on the judges and the court not understanding the online sphere and like how it literally functions, as well as how it like metaphysically, like sort of like the social expectation side of things, but also like the technical side.
Casually dropped references to obtaining audio from an anonymous 5:38 a.m. welfare check call to his home, which he falsely.
Bernie is asking me, in hindsight, is it fair to say we should have noticed his serious personality flaws sooner? Do you know what people mean when they say brain damage? So no, I don't think I would say that's fair. I don't think I would say that's fair. Right? Because you can have a personality flaw and that flaw can be under control, and then you get brain damage and that flaw becomes an issue when it wasn't necessarily an issue before. People can have flaws, but that doesn't mean they're this kind of a problem. You know what I mean? And if brain damage, which, you know, I'm not a doctor, but everybody seems to have come to the same conclusion. Steve fucking whacking his head gave him at least a concussion. Right, Al's on it. They were under control and he accepted pushback. Exactly. The behavior, the flaw might have been the same, but the behavior around how to handle that flaw has changed. And that's the behavioral problem. If not brain damage, why brain damage shaped? Yeah, no, Dapper's right. I think that I also don't think that the people, at least the people that I knew and when I was around, did not pretend that Steve didn't have flaws. I think if people were doing that, I think you would have I think you'd be more accurate, but I don't think that was the case. Like, just look at the mod call. Right? The mod call that he did in the Non Sequitur Show Discord. That's available. Go watch that and look at the way people are reacting to Steve. Like, Rez was there, Mr. Serious was there. Like, look at how they are responding to Steve. It's never been that Steve never had problems. Steve always had problems. That was part of the experience, right? Was overcoming those things and doing better and etc. Like, that's everything that Caffeine Corner was about, right? Like, I really think that people do not or did not notice how much I was on Steve's ass live on those shows. I know, like, I don't know, people missed out on that. It was kind of part of the dynamic, though, so it might have gone under the radar.
Tried to frame as a swatting incident, attempting to weaponize it as leverage.
I am still trying to obtain the audio recording of the swatting attempt of my home on September 26th at 5:38 a.m. by a anonymous caller calling in a false domestic violence call, which if I receive in time I will be also using at the hearing, which I also will provide you a copy in a reasonable time prior to hearing, which I have good reason to believe was either your client or someone by her behest. In addition, because of these recent violations of the TRO additional orders and the nature of the harassment, I will be asking for a full 5-year restraining order at the hearing, as well as an injunction against your client from filing any more harassing privacy concerns or DMCAs against me or my channel. However, if your client would like to accept a 2-year RO instead, as well as the conditions to drop her 2 pending PFA TROs against 2 of my moderators and content creators she has filed in Kansas,
Bro, how are you trying? Oh my god. How the fuck is this man actually sitting here trying to negotiate on behalf of Veda and Aaron in California about restraining orders and temporary restraining orders that already exist in a different state? Jesus fucking Christ. Manya sent a super chat for 5. Oh, thank you, Manya. It says, did Steve think a lawyer won't know how harassment complaints on YouTube work? I mean, he might have banked on that. I think there are, like, a number of people who would bank on that, and I think they might be right. I think trying to grasp all of this shit is a lot for, especially for, like, small town lawyers. And in California, maybe you're pushing it a little bit harder because it's so Silicon Valley related, so it's very into tech. So they would have maybe better grasps. The words on screen right now are Steve's emails and filings in California. What caused the concussion? The cement. The sidewalk.
As well as vacate her PFATRO on me from Kansas, no NDA, and that she unconditionally stays away from me, I will consider that a fair and reasonable offer. Please let me know if this offer is acceptable to your client at your convenience.
It's not even whether or not it's acceptable. It's impossible. That is not possible. Charlotte can't control that. She's not magic. Fucking, what a dipshit.
It wasn't about safety or justice. It was a transactional shakedown to protect their network, and the receipts prove it.
He needs to stop the behavior and just be done with it. Please just stop. That's it. Stop.
That's all Steve McRae and his...
Stop doing what? I have a question for you guys out here watching and have been watching this for now upwards of 4 years. We're on year 4. What do you think Charla could have... What behavior could Charla stop? What behavior was Charla engaging in that stopping would have any effect on Steve, Aaron, or Veda? Or Renell? Or down the rabbit hole? Hey, Helios, what's going on? Surprise. It is me. What was she doing? I would like to point out that there was like 2 years when the original restraining orders were getting dealt with that Charla was not active online. She wasn't correcting anything. She wasn't out there arguing with people. She was not on Twitter. She doesn't have a YouTube channel. She wasn't even existing doing something else. She was like next to non-existent. So the only person that really got restrained during this time is fucking... It has been Charla. Yeah, I know, Helios is very sad. Come by tomorrow when we're just shitting around.
Morally bankrupt band of ghouls ever had to do. Stop the behavior. Be done with it. And just stop.
Please just stop.
Oh my god, good question. Oh my god. Has this whole debacle lasted longer than your association with Steve? Like, on streams, I think it might have. I think you're right. I think I think you would need like half a year more for it to be the amount of time like I knew Steve. But like from like when I was like working with him and being on streams regularly and doing a show. Yeah, oh my god. Yikes. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. How has this happened? Oh my god. That's so upsetting. Oh no. Oh brother.
That's it. Stop.
Look at my hippo titties.
Nah, I did file on her. No one knows all that part. Remember, I set her and Katie up so that I could catch them working together, which...
Hey, remember that thing I said earlier when I was like, Veda did it on purpose to set it up so they could use the argument, and then they tried to turn around and under-fucking-cut it? I set her and Katie up so I could catch them working together. Oh, look. And it's in the group chat. It's in the group chat that Steve's in, and Down the Rabbit Hole's in, and Aaron is in, and Megan is in. Oh, wow. It's been 84 years. Yeah, right?
Miles confirmed for me later on in 2024. Remember, I received threats from Charla via text. I told her not to text me again, or I would file a TRO on her. I filed one on her at the same time she filed one on me. Then I lost to jurisdiction.
One of the favorite excuses from these toxic creators and their supporters is that Veda's frivolous lawsuit was supposedly just dismissed on jurisdiction. Let's look at the actual geography. Veda is in North Carolina, Katie is in Minnesota, and Charla is in Kansas. Veda filed her TRO against Katie and dragged Charla in as a co-defendant. They act like jurisdiction is just a matter of what state you happen to file in, completely ignoring how long-arm statutes and personal jurisdiction actually work. It isn't just about drawing lines on a map. It's about whether an out-of-state defendant engaged in specific, purposeful conduct directed at that state. These creators cover legal cases all the time, but they don't think past surface-level excuses. Look at reality.
Yeah, because look at their audience, right? Who are they trying to convince? These people don't need to go and have solid understanding of the stuff they're trying to weaponize, because it's a lot easier to just say some horseshit and then have to spend an hour fucking explaining why what they said was wrong, right? It's the same thing that I talked about with Pierre Poilievre. He listed off these like 4 fucking bills, lied about all of them, completely misrepresented them. It's like some of it was straight up lies, some of it was misrepresentation, but we had to go through and read the bills to find out. And so like it takes me like 10 plus hours to read all the bills and then talk, and what he said in fucking a minute, less than a minute. Fucking crazy.
When actress Shirley Jones sued out-of-state tabloid journalists, she filed in her home state of California. The defendants tried to get it tossed on jurisdiction, but the Supreme Court upheld it under the Calder effects test. Why? Because her petition established that their intentional actions were specifically targeted at a resident in California. In the exact same way, Charla resides in Kansas, while her harassers are scattered across various states. Yet Charla successfully established jurisdiction in Kansas because she demonstrated clear, targeted contacts backed by actual verifiable evidence.
Yeah, the only one missing in here is wherever the fuck Renelle is, and wherever the fuck Rabbit is. Those are the only 2 missing from this map. But like, I like the deal with it glasses and the joint. Very funny. Very funny. Sorry, I'm just looking. Manya says that she told Steve to look at his head injury and he just didn't. Yeah, no, we all did. Bernie says, as stated, it could be that he is essentially the same person, but in previous instances, he was in the right. No. 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 It is not that. I can explain that on another day, though, if you're interested.
In Veda's case, it wasn't just a matter of geography or a mysterious legal glitch. Veda failed under North Carolina's long-arm statute because she couldn't show Charla had any purposeful contacts with North Carolina to begin with. To make matters worse, her own petition disclosed facts that completely defeated her argument. Veda actually claimed in her filing that Charla was under a protective order to stop harassing her. In reality, no such order existed against Charla. In fact, Charla was already the protected party under an active restraining order against Veda in Kansas. On top of that, Veda failed under North Carolina's Rule 12b-6 for failing to state a claim.
Under 12b-6, she has wholeheartedly failed to state any claim upon which this type of relief could be granted to her. You take out the stuff that's on information and belief, and you take out legal conclusions, there's nothing left other than a lot of posturing and buffering. There aren't any other.
Hey, look, it's a surprise, Manya. I would like to point out that the audio that is being played here is the audio that Veda illegally recorded from her hearing.
Meaning her complaint completely failed to plead sufficient facts to state a legally sound claim.
Oh yeah, no, I can do that for you, Helios. Hey, Manya, Helios is on Twitch, and I don't know if you can see the chat as easily since it's on screen, but Helios is saying hi to you specifically because you're on YouTube and they're on Twitch right now. So from Helios, hi Manya.
She couldn't substantiate her claims because her suit was pure speculation from the start. They love hiding behind state lines to excuse her failure, but jurisdiction and legal rules aren't a free pass when your claims are entirely meritless. In Veda's own words, she still needed evidence. It's like learning with Suj said, in a court of law these toxic creators are like sharks on a beach. What thrives in a controlled, unmoderated online echo chamber completely suffocates in reality. When they actually have to step into an arena governed by rules of evidence and long-arm statutes, their performative routine falls flat. What plays...
I think there's like a degree too. Like, I don't think Suj is totally wrong here, but I think that there's a factor of whether or not, like, how much rhetoric are you going to be allowed to spew, right? There's one thing that is... Oh, Helios Money says hi back. There's one thing to be said about when it's your space that you're in control of, and when you think you have more power because you think you're untouchable and you outnumber the other person, right? That was the thing with Charla, right? One of the reasons why Charla was a target is because they're a bunch of them all together thinking they had all the power in the situation to do whatever the fuck they want. And they did for a while until, you know, somebody showed up to crash the party. I don't know who would do something like that. How awful. They must be a total bitch.
To a gullible online mob is utterly useless when you have to back up your claims with actual facts. After Veda's lawsuit was dismissed for failure to state a claim and lack of jurisdiction, this panel of Veda, Meg, Rabbit, and Nikki steered hate back to Charla. It's shameful they titled their stream of lies, Truth Regarding TRO, using both the video and the description to deflect from Veda's legal failure by pretending it was only about jurisdiction. They want to paint themselves as the victims of censorship, while they actively try to purge anyone who disagrees with them. But the irony...
Yeah, half the time they're talking about they're doing some kind of freedom of speech, but as far as I'm aware, there's not been any freedom of speech actually presented in court as an argument, because it's not an argument and doesn't apply here.
Is completely lost on them. In fact, Steve once went on a panel with Veda to explain repressive tolerance, referencing Herbert Marcuse's famous 1965 essay From a Critique of Pure Tolerance, while completely describing his own playbook and trying to accuse others of it.
And repressive tolerance is basically the idea of shutting down the voices, shutting down the critics. If you cannot out-argue somebody, the way to get rid of them is to make their voice go away. This is where cancel culture comes from.
Oh, you mean like making a shit ton of content amongst all your friends, all circle jerking each other to try and drown out one person?
And so this is exactly what they're doing.
Project much? They were using fancy leftist academic jargon to cry censorship.
No, Bernie, I'm fine with answering and having the discussion, just not right now. So just because I want to get through this, because this is this is like an hour long, and we're 20 minutes in. So I do Q&As on a regular, so just circle back around, and we'll talk about that.
Just because their friend Molly Golightly got suspended from YouTube for violating TOS over harassment, using his own clip against him exposes how hollow that is.
He did that to April. We know he did it to God's Auditor. We know he did it to, like, a bunch of, like, yeah, it was a pretty, like, he was doing that quite a bit. Chesh is gonna be here for the next 12 hours. Oh, no. 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 Don't curse me like that. I thought we were friends.
Taking a philosophical concept about systemic suppression and using it to whine about basic platform rules and legal accountability. It is a mass...
That's a really good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. Well done. I like that.
Masterclass in psychological projection sound precisely like what Steve, Veda, and their morally bankrupt cohorts were actively doing to suppress Charla, all while crying foul.
Well, he's trying to sound more intellectual to make you think that what he's selling you is correct. Because if it sounds intellectual enough, and you're not thinking enough, or you're not the type of audience that's expecting this type of thing, there's a reason why Steve's audience isn't his old audience. All of the people that were interested in education and the people that were interested in debate and argument and philosophy and those things, they all fucking left. So he doesn't have to bother actually justifying this shit anymore. He just uses it as a crutch to manipulate people that he believes are more dumb than he is. And in some cases, some of those people are, and that's fine. I mean, he might not be wrong. That's just what he's doing. And like the whole rigmarole is fucking embarrassing when anybody with 2 brain cells looks at it and goes, oh, duh. 5:15 is 25.
That anyone dared hold them accountable. KCG is correct, but confidently ignorant commenters are plentiful in the anti-KJ community and spew misinformation. Vanessa Girl and Vicky Sober Life are both the same Megan sock account. Even Meg's supposed good friend, Timu Zaya, doesn't know about it, but we've been tracking it for years.
You won't believe the shit I have on her now. I am telling you, she is 100% cooked.
Actually, Charla's the one doing the cooking.
Yeah, that aged like milk. I do like that this is a potato, but I have to mute it because it's gonna be music again. Yeah, he's just trying to use like overly jargon-laden intellectual language so he can be lazy in what the content of the argument actually is. That's what he is doing. At least in what they're talking about. Right?
Kiss my fucking ass.
Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. Yeah, that's when she and Katie had the same lawyer there in North Carolina. All right.
I'm just so disgusted. How did the
That's Aaron reacting to Veda literally telling her that that Veda's fucking set them up. Like, duh. On the other hand, though, I would like to point out that these people are fucking stupid. It's so fucking dumb. It's so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid.
Judge not see that Charla was doing so much crazy stalker shit to you guys?
Because they know each other for probably their entire lives. She knows all of them. We had no chance.
Steve McRae.
Alright. I'm going to show this again, and I'm going to highlight that he said that on September 16th. It doesn't say the year, but September 16th. This was we heard that, and we heard that argument at the time get repeated over and over and over again, and until that judge was done, and then a different judge came in for different stuff, and after the decisions came down. So Steve started it, based off nothing, pulled out of fucking nowhere, straight out his ass. Straight out his ass. You want to pretend that Steve wasn't in these groups, and you think he still is?
For probably their entire lives. She knows all of them. We had no chance.
Steve McRae claims they lost due to an alleged friendship between Charla and the judge, a classic deflection to avoid accountability.
We had no chance.
They had no chance because Steve McRae and his vile cohorts are profoundly dishonest. This is a textbook case of
and profoundly fucking stupid
projection. McRae assumes that because he and his associates use personal networks for shady tactics, everyone else is operating from the same playbook.
100%. Don't worry. I found so much. I've got her ass. Tonight I found in my drive the original tweets where she made a deal with Aaron and then she backtracked and posted a tweet refusing to stop. I have been looking for this thread for literally 2 years. I am so glad. When was this?
I wonder why Down the Rabbit Hole deleted so many comments and messages. Weird.
Where? Oh, she's gonna shit her pants when she finds out what I just found. Girl, she's about to be cooked. Don't worry, it's just finding time. I have been spending 24 hours a day on this the last week, and I am still nowhere near
done. Shit's making me hungry.
Done. Oh, I will be this time. You better believe it. I am filing a TRO on her Monday, first thing.
When you go to trial, you can message me at any time to try to look things up, or whatever you're doing. Just let me know.
No! No! Oh my god, no, you cannot do that. You, in fact, cannot do that even a little bit. You are an outside party in a closed civil case where the hearing is closed. It's not publicly available. If you're sitting on your phone, I was there. They had to have their everybody had their phones taken away and put off to the side. This stupid bitch is trying to be like, oh yeah, just get on your computer and just message me about what people are asking on your private hearings. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, you can't do that. That's illegal? It's fucking illegal. Oh my god. Their scheming is almost adorable. It's almost cute.
No, and I will try to help.
And I am going to include enough with it to scare the shit out of her like I did Katie. I want her to know she is about to be exposed, like no other.
God, I really hope she...
You're going to try to intimidate the person who's saying you're harassing them on purpose before the court hearing? That... Bold strategy, Cotton.
goes down, because this is insane.
Okay, I have to clean for a while because my husband is on my ass. But after that, I am on it.
Good luck.
Trust me, didn't study on how to be a lawyer for nothing for the last fucking year.
Study on how to be a lawyer. That's funny. Very funny. Sorry, I have to mute it because that's gonna be copyrighted. Very funny though, I like that.
Me, didn't study on how to be a lawyer for nothing for the last fucking year.
That phrasing is completely telling. Saying she's studying how to be a lawyer instead of studying actual law or legal principles completely gives away the game. It exposes—
Yes, that's a very good point. That is a very good point.
The exact mindset. They aren't interested in jurisprudence, facts, or reality. It's not just a Freudian slip, it's a confession that she views her entire online vendetta as a roleplay exercise. They treat the legal system like a costume party, or a true crime game, where they get to play Perry Mason, dressing up as legal counsel to orchestrate targeted harassment campaigns for their audience. Incidentally, Veda has also studied—
Yes, accurate, yep.
Extensively on how to be an artist. Posing with framed pictures and using terms like acrylic is key.
I mixed watercolor with acrylic on this one.
Okay, so I looked this.
Forward me the emails between you and Chesh. I think I have everything for your part apart from that. And any defamatory videos you did on Charla. Or content period you did on her so I can show the judge. I have to sleep for at least an hour before I start fucking up dates and stuff. Tired AF. Been working my ass off. It'll all be over soon.
I just forwarded you the 2 emails I sent to Chesh.
Thank you. Take your time. No worries.
I've gone over those emails before, so I'm not going to bother going over them again, but it was a very funny interaction.
Definitely before the weekend, though. I have your section almost put together. I don't have the crazy-ass emails to your lawyers, but I understand. It's all right.
Videos I don't think I have access to anymore, but I will ask around and see if I can give you some of them. I think her main thing is where I made a video about the GoFundMe. To give some context, Katie Parker, down the rabbit hole at bedtime.
Oh my god, their fucking fake-ass GoFundMe. Fuck, that was so annoying. God, that was so fucking stupid. Alright, they're gonna go into another, bit of timeline here, and I've been live for an hour and a half already, so I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. I'm not gonna be super duper long, but I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back and we'll continue this and go a little bit further. So I'll put some music on and BRB. Go get a drink and stuff. Why didn't it merge? Okay, bye. Yo, I'm back. Yo, guys, a new pizza place opened downtown in the city I live in, and I went there and got pizza, and this is what it looks like. And this was the Roadrunner pizza. This is still really loud, hold on. Shut up. This is the Roadrunner pizza, and this has chicken, cheese, obviously, tomato sauce, peppers, sun-dried tomatoes, and eggplant on it, and it is really fucking good. It's really good. But we eat at disrespect because fuck these people. So yeah, it's a new pizza place, and they have like fucking like 150 different kinds of pizzas or something. It's crazy. All right, let's get back into this. Where were we? Oh, this stupid fucking GoFundMe. Yeah. Okay.
Time started a GoFundMe for herself, as well as fellow anti-Katie Joy creator Renelle Smith to fundraise against Charla. While raising money for Renelle is one thing, Parker weaponized her platform against Charla despite only receiving a cease and desist at the time, not a TRO. In other words, Rabbit had no legal expenses to fundraise for. To throw red meat to their hate-bonding audience, she featured Katie Joy Paulson's face right on the fundraiser thumbnail and talked about her in the video to manipulate her base into funding a fake war. Shields up.
Yeah, so, like, Katie Joy was never related to Renelle in this case. This is the whole you implicated me thing, and like I said, that was just bullshit.
The cringe levels are off the charts. Engage.
What?
Those who are working to silence creators are attacking Renelle in one of the worst ways possible. It is...
Oh, it's me! Oh, no. I think I might be getting featured in this a little too much. For my own good. Oh, very funny. Rawr.
unacceptable to me that people this vile are trying to get rid of any anti-Katie Joy creator on YouTube. You may not realize how widespread this is because many...
Bitch, you guys use my content to expose Katie Joy. The audacity! The audacity of this hoe. Ridiculous. How dare you?
have chosen to remain silent due to their fear of repercussions. Even though Katie Joy Paulson has taken her lives away from YouTube and gone onto Instagram and Facebook, she continues to bully, harass, stalk, manipulate, and victimize people around her.
Even if we...
Before you go on Untangling, I just want to point out, you see this thing in the bottom that says in big bubble letters, "in my opinion"? None of these people have actually demonstrated that they know what an opinion is. In fact, when prompted, they defined it incorrectly. So, challenge issued, I guess. Please define what is an opinion. Thank you very much.
Harass, stalk, manipulate, and victimize people around her.
Even if we assume for a second that every word of that is true, how does that magically translate to Charla? Talk about a massive unhinged leap.
It is vital that...
Rabbit is so weird. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what her thing is. Like, she's got an issue of some variety. I don't know what it is, but man, she's like so weirdly... She's trying to be like hyper dramatic and she's so fake about it. Faux outrage. It's just like she's LARPing. My goodness. She's so goofy looking too. Like, oh my god, they're doing this to us and it is so bad, and Renelle is a perfect angel and how dare anybody criticize Renelle. We have to like protect ourselves and people are too scared to speak out. You know, imagine if these people were too scared to speak out and just shut the fuck up. That'd be amazing.
Anyone is free to call her out.
Dapper. Yes. Hey. Rabbit, if you're watching this, out of the closet or whatever your name is now. You want to get on stream with, and you can have a conversation with Dave West? It'll be really fun, I promise. I can do it I'll help hook you up.
A link to the GoFundMe I've created is below, even if you can only give $5. It will all add up and make a big difference for Renelle.
Hey, if you guys want to become a member, it costs $1. $1 and a whole month to support me and the shenanigans I get up to here. Or if you would prefer to support more intellectual content, you can go over to Debate Hub and go and do that over there. Because, like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
We are ready to fight this. Thank you to all of my long-term subscribers who have always been there for me and supported me through all of the hard and good times. I know we can get through this.
They were in fact not ready to fight this.
If we stand together, we will not allow Renelle to be bullied off of YouTube. Thank you all for your ongoing support, and we will keep you updated whenever we are able to. Thank you all.
This is a really good use of Star Trek memery. Very well done.
Currently a GoFundMe happening, and a group of creators are using my name to promote a GoFundMe, claiming that I am trying to silence them, and people are donating to them, thinking that this has to do with me, and it doesn't. Their GoFundMe has raised over $2,000, and it says, Rabbit and Renelle are being dragged to court by an unstable stalker. They want to continue to be calling out Katie Joy's bad behavior on YouTube. As a community, let's come together and support them. What greatly does...
Dapper is asking me if it's fair to say that Manya bullied Steve off of YouTube. I don't know if I would use the word bullied. Specifically because of, like, how she did it. She ran him off of YouTube, for sure, definitively. I don't know if I would say intellectual, thorough criticism of his content technically counts as bullying. If you think that counts as bullying, then yes. I don't know if that counts as bullying. But can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, right?
Disturbs me about this GoFundMe is that the donations are being obtained through fraudulent purposes, with the allegation that this unstable stalker, quote unquote, is taking them to court for frivolous reasons. Renell and this woman down the rabbit hole want you to believe that I am the factor of why they have court problems.
Of course they do. It couldn't possibly be their own fault.
Katie is an easy target to point at for that particular group. The masses hate her, so they don't question it.
Critical thinking at its finest, hey?
Even after I made that video, Katie was on a channel saying that the restraining order that was taken out against me was not fake, and is still playing into this false conspiracy that I am employing Charla to take them all down.
Yeah, it's intellectually lazy. It's lazy intellectual narrative building, right? So they're trying to say that, like, they do the same thing with Nat, right? They do the same thing with anybody. They create a boogeyman, and then they say anybody they don't like or anybody who's critical of them says, like, is associated or is like this other person. So they don't have to actually prove anything about the person they're having an issue with. They can just rhetorically associate them with Katie Joy or say they're just like this boogeyman that we've created. And so therefore, and then they get to be lazy and have their idiot audience be idiots about it, because their idiot audience is watching this as popcorn content, not as real people with real lives and very real damage being done to people. Which is the thing that gets lost in a lot of this kind of stuff. The difference between, like, something that's just drama versus, like, something that is, like, harassment and important and very much a part of the way the online sphere works and, like, as a social experience.
I don't know what is wrong with Katie. I don't know if Katie's bored. Katie likes to criticize me for everything. You all know who's doing this. All of you know who's doing this.
Mm-hmm. They do.
You know exactly who's sending the threats.
They do.
You know exactly who's spoofing all these emails. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's not Charla, and you know it's not me. You know it's coming in from your circle. You know this is all fake.
She's right, you know.
And it's a whole nother thing to, like, create a conspiracy about someone that the person is telling you is not real. Okay. And then double down on that conspiracy and then raise money on that conspiracy. Oh, and by the way, I was told today by an attorney that Katie Parker has never received a restraining order, order of protection, or any court documents, and does not have any court cases, is not being sued by anyone, but she is raising money saying that she's getting taken.
Katie is right about the conspiracy part. She's 100% correct. They invented a conspiracy and then tried to retroactively fit their conspiracy together. Why do you think you see Aaron restarting the story and the narrative every so often because something doesn't fit, and then trying to retroactively make things sound like, oh my god, I didn't realize that. Oh, now that I'm reading this again, I can see this whole problematic thing that was never there and actually still isn't.
Into court. She's not being taken to court.
She's not.
Nobody's suing her, and nobody's taken out a protection order against her.
Titan in the chat says, I did continue to opportunistically troll Steve even after the NSS finale rack. I'm told that at least one person has invoked my old name on Twitter with him in the last few months to trigger him. Steve, if you're getting that upset by someone who used to let's just say, like, hypothetically, let's say this person was, like, super bad, right? I don't think Titan was that bad, but I would say they were. And you're like, hey, this person's existence bothers me. Like, but their name popping up gives you like a sense of anxiety and like causes issue for you. Go to therapy, dipshit.
Make it make sense.
As Danny Drama highlighted, Rabbit's video was a masterclass in manipulation, crying financial ruin and claiming the anti-Katie community was under attack, while dodging the fact that she had zero actual legal expenses to fund. She threw up Katie Joy's face to rile up the mob and collected cash on a false premise.
This playbook seems...
This is good. I like this because I do think that Rabbit went a lot under the radar. And so did Renell. I think people really, even now, still do not understand how, like, nefarious and purposefully malicious and manipulative Renell is.
Seems familiar on YouTube. Fuck around, find out. Say you are being silenced, then beg for money for legal fees via GoFundMe.
When the GoFundMe went up, Veda couldn't resist inventing an entire financial espionage plot to explain it away.
He went fucking ballistic. And the only reason Katie's even pitching a fit, guys, about this GoFundMe is she's sweating. She's sweating. I think she's invested a lot of money into this, and she's
No, it's because she's got fucking nothing to do with it, you psycho.
about to lose.
Invested money? Sweating? It's a complete projection. Because they treat online harassment like a coordinated business transaction, they assume everyone else does too. But Veda doesn't stop there.
It's become clear to me that not only was the GoFundMe fraudulent in that she used my name and my likeness to raise the money, but it's also fraudulent in that Charlotte's not trying to silence them, and she's also not an unstable woman going after them. It's actually the opposite.
I agree with Katie Joy here. Katie is right. I said that at the time when this was coming out. I'm like, no, Katie is right. This isn't about this whatever other issues you have. This is the same thing that I said before. If Katie Joy is so bad, you don't have to invent shit to demonstrate that she is so bad. Just let her do whatever she's gonna do and then talk about it in a way that is worthwhile. And if you're good at it, you don't have to make 700 videos. You just make one video every couple fucking times or when something new happens, right? And then when it comes up, you go, oh, hey, remember that time? Go look at that video. Right? You don't see me continuously, like now, X number of years later, talking about Steve, like unprompted, talking about Steve's stupid GoFundMe about him suing Katie Joy. And if it comes up, I say, go watch that video. I don't need to fucking keep doing it over and over and over again. Right?
As she reads Katie Joy's actual response calling out the fraudulent nature of the fundraiser, she completely loses the plot.
Here's the scope of it. She says that not only is the GoFundMe fraudulent because it's created in my name and my likeness, but it's also fraudulent because they're saying that this woman who is not an unstable stalker and is not mentally unstable is going after them, and that's false. And that is actually the opposite, that we are all unstable and we are all attacking this woman.
Yeah, I think that seems to be the case. We are here on year 4 of this, and all of you have done nothing in your, about improving your behavior. You've only gotten worse and worse and worse, and your habits have gotten more and more exposed, and there's more, it's just, falling down the stairs, and it's like, you've hit a landing, you could stop and get up. No, you're just gonna keep, okay, alright. You're throwing yourself down the stairs, then crying that somebody pushed you, and there's literally nobody else there.
I'm sorry, but 90 creators can't all be wrong and unstable.
Well,
I don't know about that one, guys.
At least one of them certainly is.
You know, I've heard her holler and holler and holler, bully, harass, bully, harass, bully, harass. Mm-hmm. Well, prove it. Show something.
The irony of a network of harassers throwing a collective tantrum demanding prove it, while initial TROs were already on the books and a full cascade of lifetime restraining orders and legal fallout was quietly heading their way, is cinematic levels of delusion. I think
that's called foreshadowing. I feel like she's like, prove it, and Charlotte goes, okay, bet.
Her main thing is where I made a video about the GoFundMe. I will look for the emails that she sent to the lawyers and try to forward those.
Okay, and I need to know the date where she first reached out to you. When was that moment, and why did she claim she was contacting you? And how long after that did all the stuff transpire on Chesh's channel? I just need your timeline. I don't want to get it wrong.
That's hard to say. Okay, let me see if I can send you the evidence I was going to take to court. Most of this was on my old computer, but
I would like to remind you that they were explicitly instructed by the court to not be sharing each other's court documents and information. They were explicitly told not to be doing that. Yeah, Titan's right. Have a good day, Manya.
Might be able to get it. It's hard to say because I never spoke to Charla. She just constantly left comments on my videos, sent me texts and emails. But I will try to send you what I have.
Thank you. Hopefully I won't disappoint all of you. I promise I am going to do all I can. Okay, so I spoke to the lawyer helping me yesterday, and
I don't know if you guys have noticed a theme with these messages, by the way. It's Veda doing all of the work. Veda's doing all of the work. And I don't mean to say that Veda's responsible for all of the harassment. I'm saying all of the work of gathering information, getting the screenshots, putting shit together for court. Veda's doing all of the work. And now I'm reminded of Steve saying, "We had no chance." Yeah. What were you expecting? This woman doesn't know what 25 or a quarter past in an hour is, Steve, and you got her doing all of your legal shit for you. What were you expecting?
He said when I set up my exhibits, the first exhibit would be labeled as pleadings. He said I am absolutely allowed to add any correspondence paperwork that I feel the need to include. He said that this section is to give the judge foundation and the scope to the entire case. He said that it better lays out the entire landscape of the case, and that my best weapon would be to bring all the cases into one and include it in my motion. He said Charla is eating our ass in this way specifically, because she knows it's harder for us to
Hype. That's awesome. Thank you, Orange. That's great.
Fight our cases all separate in the hope we would trip up on each other.
You'll only trip up if you're lying and have to keep everyone's lies straight.
He said the judge will absolutely hate having to dig for the case info for each case. I have
So I've seen Titan in the chat saying, I don't even look for targets. I'm trotting along, minding my own beeswax, and people say my name on a stream and drag me into shit. You know what that immediately makes me think? It makes me think of the clip from, Hellsing Abridged, where she's like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "Nothing. What did you do?" "Well, you can't get mad at me. I was just sitting in my room minding my own business." Bullshit! I was! I was minding my own business. Then suddenly these schmucks kicked in my door.
He said the judge will absolutely hate having to dig for the case info for each case. I have everyone's basic paperwork, apart from Steve McRae's and Renell's. I am fine with leaving Renell's out. She wants to do this on her own. Totally fine, I understand. Steve McRae, if you want me to add you in this in any way, I at least need the TRO she filed on you. I have the TRO you filed on her already, just let me know. Totally up to you. I have Aaron, me, Meg, Wolf, Rabbit, and Cammy covered.
Katie deleted a message.
I totally get it. Totally okay. I am not asking for anything of Renell's. I just need to know which one of you were filed against first, and a possible date of when Charla filed her order against Renell. And has Charla filed only once against each of you? I am just trying to be 100% accurate on my timeline. I just need a date on Renell. That's all. Katie Parker. If not, it's okay. At least tell me the month and year for her. Later though, when you have time. Today when I get up, I am focusing on 100% tweets. That's the best evidence we have against specifically her by herself.
You've been making content about this woman for like months at this point, and all you have is her tweets. I would like to remind you, once the TRO stuff started going through, she stopped being on Twitter. She stopped tweeting. Which means the only tweets you have is her defending herself from the horseshit you started. So that's your only fucking evidence? Insane. Insanity. Could you imagine? I can't even imagine this. It's unbelievable.
And we have all of them. It'll take about 7 or 8 hours to do those alone.
Katie deleted a message. Katie deleted a message. Katie deleted a message. Katie deleted a message.
No, she can't take the RO. That's what Charla wants. That's the hook. She wants to set it and keep us on her line and make us go where she wants. I was writing something the past couple days and had to use fishing and hunting terms since the seasons for buck and salmon are around the corner. Didn't they at one time call the guts of a deer you just bagged the offal? I could swear they did, but no one but me remembers that.
Aaron is partially correct here. The guts are called offal, but it's spelled OFFAL, even though it sounds phonetically like awful. And awful.
Aaron. Oh no. Oh my guys, I would like to remind you that Aaron and Veda were claiming that Steve had upgraded in Friends. Upgraded. They think they're an upgrade. Oh my god.
Offal isn't just deer guts. It refers to the entrails and internal organs of a butchered animal in general, from liver and bone marrow to tripe and tongue. It used to be discarded as butcher scraps, but now upscale restaurants charge top dollar for it. It's funny how this non-hunter remembers esoteric culinary and hunting terms, but convenient.
Victoria sends a super chat that says, what does this say? Please remember that we get 3 new hypes every Monday to put on new videos. I don't even know what that is yet. I have not caught up with some of the updates going on, so we'll talk about that on Monday.
Conveniently forgets her and her pal's abuse of a private citizen. Okay, so to recap, awful is the entrails of a butchered animal. Awful is the anti-KJ creators. Hope this helps.
Yo, they even got moderate extremist in there, damn.
So long as she doesn't have anything over you, she has to keep chasing you with her hook. But I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know.
Erin should start every comment or video about her case with this statement.
I don't know. I don't work until 5 today. I'm going to get all my orders in chronological order, then label in a folder to scan and email to you. Also, I sent screen grabs of mine and Charla's texts, but none sent for some reason. I'll try sending an email. Okay.
Again, I would like to remind you, this is the same woman who keeps accidentally sending me her stupid court shit, and then has no idea how other people end up with their stuff. And then also is the same person. Oh man, I sent these things, but it didn't get to you for some reason. I wonder if it could have gone somewhere else. But also, I would like to remind you again, they were explicitly told not to be doing this shit.
So this shit is taking forever. I just got it all organized, and I also found a program that allows me to download text messages for keep and printing, so I'll be able to do that later for sure. I might have to send it all tomorrow, but that playlist of videos I should have done soon.
I would also like to point out, as I was there in court, you want to know how much evidence and of an evidence binder that Erin brought to hand over to Charla's lawyer? 0. Nothing. Zip. Nada. You know how big the binder was that Charla's lawyer handed to Erin? One of those big, chonky 3-ring fuckers. Hey, Erin, where's that binder? Did you forget it? Did you get high with Veda and then forget it? Is that what happened? Did you get high and then you got high? You were gonna win your court case and then you got high? Is that... Prove to me you have it, Erin. You don't have to show me the inside of it. You just have to show that you still have it, and that's what it is.
I'm also downloading and printing full transcripts for each. I'm going to go through and highlight all discussion of Charla for each.
Man, it sure is a shame you can't read.
Oh my god, that is such a lie. At that time, she was claiming she hated Charla.
Oh my god, the snake video for when Megan is finally saying something. Oh, ooh, that's spicy. That's a little hot.
Charla. That was before she even became my co-host, so she is lying big time. I have tons of DMs and posts of her talking on Charla and how much she hated her. She even got a C&D from Charla back then. Mishala will do anything for a damn pack of cigarettes and her StreamYards paid for. Katie deleted a message. Oh no.
That is wholly ironic coming from Megan, but okay.
No, I was saying she is lying about saying she was tired of us harassing Charla. I heard she was going to be a witness. Oh no, it's okay. I should have worded that better. I won't say anything. Mishala actually spoke about being...
Katie deleted a message, Katie deleted a message, Katie deleted a message.
Her witness on one of her live streams months back. But I won't bring it up because I don't want any of us to catch anymore. Hell, I got you. It just makes me so mad.
I will point out that if I am not mistaken, Michelle did end up being a witness.
Add how Mishala flipped so easy. Haha, right. Oh, definitely. Mishala even said herself they pay her StreamYards and Canva, plus cigarette money.
That's so crazy. I hope some of this gets shown to the judge.
We literally watched Megan and Nikki and Erin laughing about how Veda's telling a story about how she literally took a cookie away from her child so she could go buy cigarettes. Unbelievable.
Judge, because unfortunately I think Charla is really good at covering up what she's doing in court. Let's see. What's more—
What do you mean covering up what she's doing in court? My guy, they are private civil court hearings. She doesn't need to cover up anything. The only information that's going out about this shit is the stuff that you are putting out. So how is she covering it up when you're the only ones putting out the shit that's not supposed to be put out in the first place? God. And like this, again, this isn't even what they're saying to the public. It is a lot of what they ended up saying to the public, but they're coming up with this shit in their own heads in the background. So who are they lying to? Themselves! They're lying to themselves. Delusional!
More likely, silly rabbit? Is it more likely that trained legal experts like judges and lawyers are fooled? Or that a gullible gossip tuber is? It's not that Charlotte is really good at concealing, but rather Katie Parker is really bad at critical thinking. That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
Corporate needs you to find the...
I have yet to see down the rabbit hole at bedtime engage any critical thinking skills.
Differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Silly, silly rabbit.
Alice got mad at Michaela a few months ago and called her out on all of it. They are all a bunch of crazies.
I am trying to focus on IRL stuff as my life is
Oh my god, Steve! Also, that's a funny Photoshop. I like that. That's good.
Longer the same. But in a good way, I found an IRL friend who I really care about. So between us all, I'm working on being happy. Not too bad?
Yo, fake news. This is all fake news.
And yes, they are real. LOL.
Oh, Steve, I am so happy for you. She is so gorgeous. You do look so good and so happy. That is some of the best news
Excuse me.
I have seen all day.
She likes my streams.
Bullshit. Yeah, no, that's no way. No way.
I will be starting NSS again. We align politically, which nowadays is important to me IRL.
Yay! That is great news. Definitely.
I trust you all. This is why I want you all to know there are only a few things in my life I am really focused on right now, and nothing means more to me than my own daughter who I have to be there for. And I will be.
Happy for you, Steve.
So when people see I don't give a fuck
The daughter that he got in a fight and yelled at on stream, who slammed the door as he tried to force her to be on a stream she didn't want to be on, which was a stream on the Non Sequitur show that had Megan and Wolf on it, where Steve was exposing his college-age daughter to Wolf and Megan. There's a lot to unpack in that, but I think it might just be better to throw that, like, just throw the whole luggage away. Things that'll never happen.
about anything else. You all know what I am talking about. It's personal with me now, as things now involve those I care about IRL, and I will fight for what is right.
Oh, so when people, when stuff that happens IRL with you, you get to fight about it and you're justified and defend yourself. But when you do it to somebody else, it's fine. It's normal. That's not a problem, Steve. Is that where we're at here? Is that how far you've fallen? Rules for thee, but not for me.
Right until my dying breath.
Oh, my hero. I have to mute that, but that's very funny.
And I will fight for what is right. And I will fight for what is right until my dying breath. So I am not ignoring any of you. I assure you, I will do whatever I can to help you all with whatever you need. I just can't.
Which was 0 things. It was 0 things. He didn't show up as a witness for anybody else. He didn't, like, not in-person hearings. He didn't go and was not a witness in the hearings that were online only. He didn't show up for a single damn thing. Even in this chat, like I said, Veda's doing all the work. Steve ain't doing fucking shit. Ain't doing shit. Roden says, Quote, I'm gonna be restarting Non Sequitur show. Flaming airplane plows into ground. I know, right? It's like trying to get into an airplane that's already crashed and is like, it's not even on fire anymore. It's just smoldering what's left over. And he's trying to be like, yeah, let's go, guys. Like, this doesn't have an engine anymore, my guy. Remember how Non Sequitur show was supposed to be his legacy for his daughter, and then he pissed all that away? Yeah, I know, right? You would, if he cared about his daughter at all, you wouldn't be doing this shit.
Can't focus on it right now too much. I hope that makes sense.
Totally understood. No one wants to focus on this. Wish you the best.
Understatement. But you are all amazing and awesome.
They really aren't, but you all certainly deserve each other.
I am truly honored to have you all in my life.
What a sad, lonely life Steve must have.
That makes perfect sense, Steve.
Okay guys, so I'm gonna leave this chat, only because now I'm being told things are being leaked from this chat. I just can't anymore with any of this. I've only tried to help, but I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Please.
I would like to point out that Aaron was leaking parts of this chat to Renelle.
Please just keep everything in this chat confidential. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. The irony is palpable. Katie Parker, who has managed to avoid the legal fallout faced by her peers, is now panicked because this very group is leaking information. She calls the situation ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yet what is truly absurd is the ongoing refusal of these adjudicated harassers to accept legal reality. Not only do they continue to commiserate and plan, but they have actively shared documents and sensitive information regarding each other's cases to support one another, even while contempt proceedings were ongoing. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. These are not loyal friends. They are internet hooligans bound by shallow, parasocial connections and a shared, tactical obsession with harming a victim.
I know I don't say a word from this chat. I don't even have a
They're a harassment group, yeah.
platform to even put anything out.
Huh? The only people in here are me, Aaron.
Oh, Tammy, you don't have a platform? So I guess that doesn't include Megan and Wolf's channel, of which you are on regularly. That doesn't count as you having a platform. It doesn't belong to you, but you certainly have a soapbox, right? More than Charlotte did, at least. That's for sure.
Steve and trusted people. No one is leaking anything whatsoever, Rabbit. Leaking it to who?
Leaked? By who? Because I sure don't leak anything, but I see all the stuff to me is deleted, so I guess y'all think it's me, but I don't say anything.
Do what you feel you need to, but I can assure you no one in here leaks anything. I made this chat away from her daughters because I thought maybe they were. But I get it. Totally understand.
And if someone thinks it's me, just say it.
It's you. It's you. It's you.
Just say it.
It's you,
Okay, that, you got me. That I did the same thing to Erin on Twitter, like right before I went on vacation. She said some fucking dumb shit, and she was just like, whoever said I wasn't gonna court? And I was just like, you did. Oh my god. Okay, that was pretty good.
Bitch. Megan, you are not saying any.
Just say it.
It's you, bitch.
Megan.
It's you, bitch. It's you.
You are not saying anything.
I've been in here since the start and haven't said anything.
No, Megan. No one is accusing you guys. Chill. Laugh out loud.
I really don't think anybody is leaking anything. It would be impossible. Everybody in here wants the same outcome.
Told by whom?
Definitely.
Like, what exactly has been leaked?
Told by whom is very much Steve panicking, if you didn't catch that.
I mean, that might give us a clue as to who it was, or who it is, or something, maybe. I don't know, but, like, what exactly has been leaked? I mean, what were you told that other people have seen?
Everyone just let her go.
Aaron leaked to Renelle. That's one of the reasons why she's a little freaked out.
I want her comfortable. If she's not, she's not.
No, I don't necessarily think any of you are doing this. I just can't deal with this anymore. Nothing bad about any of you. Just so tired of this. Katie Parker, is this the same person from the last 6 times you've said someone told you this or someone else?
Who isn't? We are all tired. But didn't you move to Africa? At least nothing anyone can do can harm you as they can us.
No, I will.
Oh yeah, by the way, for anybody who forgot, this dumb bitch was like skipping the country.
Message individually. I just don't want to affect any of you or anyone else.
Charlie Kirk got assassinated for his views. I had people trying to murder me too, so I get it.
I get it, Rabbit.
Huh? It's... Excuse me. I'm sorry, can I get that one again? Can you set that one again real quick?
I will message individually. I just don't want to affect any of you or anyone else.
Charlie Kirk got assassinated for his views. I had people trying to murder me too, so I get it.
I get it.
Steve, I don't know if you want to liken yourself to Charlie Kirk. Not a great, bold strategy, I guess. Bold strategy. But on the other hand, like, you do not have that kind of pull, my guy. Like, that's a little bit, not exactly in the same ballpark, if you know what I mean. But who tried to murder Steve? When the fuck did that happen? What? Is this falling under the same of like, that person tried to swat me, which is them trying to murder me, and it was like, what, for what views? What are you oh, Titan. Titan's got a good point. That sidewalk did assault his face. Yo, you're right. What an absurd Charlie Kirk got us. Charlie Kirk. Oh, it's such a non sequitur. It's such a weird fucking thing to have said anyway. Oh my god.
Rabbit, totally get it. And I don't blame you. Your case is over, and you're free from this. Run for your life. LOL. No one here would be mad. I can promise.
LOL no is probably the best response to this. Like I said, if Steve got a fucking contempt charge for his participation and saying he's going to help these people continue their harassment of these other people in violation of his restraining order, which he already had at this point in time, would be fucking...
Promise you that.
I'm just asking people not to share anything I've said, but trust me, I'm bad at oversharing too.
Not at all. We know how to reach you, Rabbit. We all adore you. So you will be around if we need you.
I'm just heading out, but any of you can message me individually.
So you will be around if we need you.
We definitely don't share anything and never would.
I never have, and never would do that to you. Ask Aaron, Steve, Meg, or whoever else knows me. Not even once has anyone came back to them with anything I have ever released. Ever. I just want to make that clear, in case it's me you're worried about.
I know none of it.
Realistically, I still think the only one out of this group that is actually trying is Veda. Everybody else is just like a chaos fucking bunch of fuck where they're just not, and there's nothing going on. There's just... Veda is actually trying. She's not doing a good job. She's still a fucking idiot. But out of this entire group, Veda is the only one who's actually attempting to put in some monochrome of effort, at the very least.
Of us would say anything.
Oh my goodness, Veda. You would take every secret to your grave.
That's very true. I think we are all...
And shit on it?
all like that in here.
That's very true. We are all like that in here.
We are all like that in here.
Oh my god. Caught something huge.
This leaked anti-Charla group chat closes with one last conspiracy for the road. Even after years of legal reality checks, the echo chamber grinds on. Listen to this logic.
Okay, so I was going through the FBI FOIA, okay, that I got sent, that I paid for, regarding the HRO with Katie and me, okay?
Alright, so anybody needs to catch up. The FBI has been involved with this group one way or another at least 4 times that I've publicly, that I can think of off the top of my head, that we're aware of. That does not mean that they're not still being tracked. Brittany, for example, was exceptionally cleared. And the reason I point this out is because they seem to think the word exceptionally cleared means that she was extra cleared. Like, that she was cleared out with like as in exceptionally good. Like she was exceptional in her performance and therefore did nothing wrong. Yeah, that's not what that means, and that's an insane interpretation. What it means is she was cleared on an exception. And that exception could mean a lot of different things. Sometimes it means pending litigation. Sometimes it means pending ongoing investigation. Sometimes it means pending not enough information to charge, etc., etc., etc. So there's lots of different things that the exception could be, but it is certainly not you are cleared because you were innocent. That is not what it means. So I just wanted to point that one out again, just because that one seems to get lost on some people. And in fact, if anything, it sort of indicates that she definitely did do something. Whatever that thing may or may not be is non-definitive with that sort of a statement. Anyway, when was this? September 2025. It's now 2026. So I would like to point out, 2025, this shit is still going on. And Steve is still in the group chat. 2025. He has a lifetime restraining order and he's still in a group chat with these fucking people.
The road. Even after years of legal reality checks, the echo chamber grinds on. Listen to this logic.
Okay, so I was going through the FBI FOIA, okay, that I got sent, that I paid for, regarding the HRO.
Manya2 says, Chesh, that finish to the grave joke was amazing. Amazing. Oh, thank you, Manya. Thank you. Thank you.
With Katie and me, okay? So after she did the FBI investigation and the HRO investigation on me, I went and FOIA'd all the stuff, plus some other stuff, okay? And in there, Katie was forwarding I even got emails between Charlotte and Katie, and then Katie and the detective. So
yeah, they would have had to interview everybody involved, so they would have been in contact. Duh. That's not a conspiracy, that's just normal communication for any kind of investigation. But, on the other hand, I think it's smart of Veda to get the FOIA to find out, but that also does not mean that the FOIA is going to have all the information, because that's not a requirement. And it's not what the law says.
So she was forwarding all this shit to the detective saying it was me. And in there was a bunch of Nikki spoofed emails with threats on them. And in one of them, Nikki, or whoever the Nikki spoofed email is, sent her a threat or something to her lawyer and put my name in there with my address. But the address is wrong. It says F1 in it, and there was never an F1 in my address. So I noticed this the other day when I'm going through.
Oh my god, a typo in your paperwork. She thinks FOIA is a word and has verbed it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, like that. I didn't hate her before, but I do now. One thing that irritates me, I don't know if it irritates any of you guys when I'm listening to this group of people, the fact that Erin, after multiple years of working with Veda quite closely, still pronounces her name incorrectly. Veda has corrected people before on streams where Erin was around and said her name is pronounced Veda, not Vada. And Erin is just purposefully saying her name wrong. And I'm wondering if it's a weird, like, domination thing going on here to be like, no, I'm more important than you. I'm not gonna get your name right. But holy shit. Is it at least disrespectful? It irritates me because, like, to me that's like manipulative and petty, and I'm like, wow, just wow.
Through all of this crap, and I was like, where have I seen somebody write my address like that before? I said, where did this Nikki Farron spoofed email that's threatening Katie get this address from? Because that's not my address. Everything's right except for the F1 part. Okay.
Okay, let's try to follow along. So Veda notices an address typo in a threatening Nikki email and recalls seeing that exact typo on mail from Charlotte's attorney. From this single, likely made-up detail, she leaps to a bizarre conspiracy, claiming Charlotte fabricated the Nikki persona and spoofed emails to frame people all along.
So then I start looking and digging through my Google Photos in my drive. And I said, I'm going to find where somebody fucked my address like that before. And I remembered. I was like, oh my God, Charlotte's attorney. So anytime Charlotte's attorney would mail me a letter, I would get it out of the mail, lay it out, take a picture of the envelope, and whatnot.
So what, you think Charlotte's attorney was the one spoofing emails in Nikki's name? Because that's insane.
Was in the envelopes in case she tried some shit or said I did something with the mail or something, because you know how Charlotte is. So I would always take a picture. Well, I took a picture of a letter that I got from Sarah Savar. And on the envelope, it's the same fucking way. My address was wrong. The same way as the person making those emails. So
Are you sure the address was wrong on the mail that you correctly received that correctly went to your address? Like, am I understanding this correctly? She's saying that the mail, the physical mail she received, that she correctly received, had her address wrong on it. Does she just think her address is something different? like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is. Like, I'm at this point more willing to believe that Veda doesn't know what her own address is
know that Nikki Farron is fucking Charlotte this whole time.
Given this harassment group's sordid history, it's far more likely Veda or her circle planted that typo themselves just to frame Charla, the exact same playbook down to the smallest detail. Just like they made—
I don't know. I'm kind of convinced that Veda just doesn't know what her address is. And we know these people want to try to confuse addresses and have been purposefully attempting to confuse addresses because they're trying to avoid court paperwork and they're trying to dodge out the court. So like them trying to do the fake, I was never served the papers that I was served, the papers that I was served. Manya said, did she present any photos? She claimed she snapped. There's 2 pictures in the chat there, but I can't see them on this video.
Manufactured that clumsy, amateurish Lindio chat log with its sloppy spacing and impossible conversational flow to point the finger at Charla. They are doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, there's some interesting hiccups in here. There's also, like, I think EMP, Jack's analysis pointed out a few years ago that there was, in the screenshots or pictures that Steve had taken of his receipts for his TRO fuckery he was doing with Katie Joy, that he was just saying these are the receipts for the money that I spent for the GoFundMe that I did for the thing I never filed, that one. That there was like some oddities and some inconsistencies with those as well. So I haven't done an analysis on them myself, so go and check those out for yourself. I'm pretty sure it's on Jack's Analysis. Jack's Analysis, I believe, is the channel that it's on. It might be EMP Network, so check for one of those. That legal genius Steve McRae advised them that if you aren't living at the address shown, you aren't served. Yeah, brilliant. This is the same Steve that tried to file, like, one of his stated reasons in the mod call that they showed earlier for getting the filing against Charla in California was so that she couldn't have his and look for his address. He stipulated that he doesn't want her to be able to find him because she was trying to serve him at that time. But the big brain idiot that he is, you have to give an address for the person you're filing against so they can send you stuff back. And when you file for something like that in California, it's publicly available information. It's not in Kansas, but it is in California. You fucking dipshit. So you're like, oh, look, I'm gonna make it so she can't get my address by me giving her my address. Are you fucking brain dead? It's so fucking stupid.
Thing here with this spoofed email typo. She isn't unmasking a grand conspiracy. She's waving around self-manufactured evidence. They build the fake evidence themselves, plant their own fingerprints in it, and then act like master detectives when they discover it later. It is a completely circular, fabricated frame.
And then 2 years later, Aaron's looking at it again, being like, oh my god, I never realized this, like it's fucking new.
Frame job from start to finish, orchestrating the smear, leaving the clues, and then pointing to their own planted work as proof in their echo chamber.
You got a gift, my friend. You got a gift. Oh, yeah. You saw that there was something that I was trying to do, and you figured that out. That's why you are who you are.
Untangling webs.
You're goddamn right.
Sadly, the image in this capture is too pixelated. Hey Megan, can you leak the full-sized image as well, so we can pick it apart like the last fabricated screenshot your cult ran with to frame Charla? Thanks, hun.
That's pretty good.
We suspect Veda watches too many 80s TV mysteries and detective shows.
No, didn't you know she was watching Law and Order so she could learn how to be a lawyer, and she started watching Suits? I think I have to mute this because that's gonna... Oh man, Columbo, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I have to...
Episode where everything hinges on one... She thinks real life operates like a scripted episode where everything hinges on one dramatic gotcha moment.
Until today, but you said you'd never been in this room before. But it took you less than 5 seconds to find an obscure light switch in the dark.
And the lights were on when I came in. Stupid mistake.
But real-world litigation is rarely as simple as Jessica Fletcher makes it look, where the trap snaps shut because of a basic detail overlooked in a rush. Veda only sees the neatly wrapped results.
She might actually learn something from Suits. Yeah, the Suits is a little bit better when it comes to, like, the information that's available, but also, like, implying Veda can learn is pretty bold.
On TV. Except Veda isn't writing a cozy mystery. She's trying to weaponize the legal system. Playing dress-up Perry Mason while manufacturing their own evidence perfectly captures the absurdity of it. They want all the dramatic flair of a courtroom drama without any of the actual rules, ethics, or reality.
Oh my god.
Or the consequences.
Something huge. It always comes down to this: endless commiserating, weaving elaborate yarns, and peddling hunch-based speculation. Because whenever they get caught without proof, they always fall back on the exact same defense, admitting out of their own mouths how they actually operate.
I'm of the belief that Katie has a big hand in this. It's my opinion. I have nothing to back it up. I got nothing to show for my arguments. It's just a gut feeling I have. It's all
we know, Aaron.
Can say.
Blackmailed into doing a lot of this.
Did she actually dress up like Perry Mason in court? No. She was wearing, like, a jean, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't know if I wrote it down. I should go over my notes. It's been a while since I looked at them. But she was wearing, I'm pretty sure she was wearing flip-flops. She was wearing, like, sundressy kind of dress with like, spaghetti strappies and then, like, a jean jacket over top.
Stuff. Like, it's either you do this or I'm going to tell a childhood story about you. Katie's absolutely would do that. I think eventually Nat ended up taking the rap for the whole group of people that were involved in it. And that's really sad. It's fucking sad. And Katie, for you to use somebody with...
Neither of them looked good for court. I looked more like that, actually.
With mental disabilities to manipulate. Again, this is all my opinion, by the way. Everything I'm saying, none of this is fact. This is my conspiracy.
Maybe they should just make that exact disclaimer mandatory at the beginning of every video, and right before every defamatory remark they ever made against Sharla.
I have nothing to back it up. I got nothing to show for my argument.
Did I hear correctly? She was wearing flip-flops in court? Yes. 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 That was, Veda was wearing, if I'm remembering correctly, was wearing flip-flops. Like I said, neither of them look good for court. Fucking Erin having her stupid fluffy dollar store pen with a pom-pom on the top. Fucking... I'm pretty sure I took a picture. Well, hold on. Wait 1 second. I'm pretty sure I took a picture of what I was wearing. I'm pretty sure I've got a picture. Hold on. Let me look. Photos, because I'm pretty sure it's like right at the end. Yeah. That's what I was wearing. So, like, I looked more like... Because I just was wearing, like, a regular white shirt and a blazer. Actually, I think it's right there in the closet.
Arguments. It's just a gut feeling I have. That's all I can say.
This is all my opinion, by the way. Everything I'm saying, none of this is fact. This is my conspiracy.
It's just a gut feeling I have. That's all I can say.
None of this is fact. This is my conspiracy.
I got nothing to show for my arguments.
This wasn't investigation. It was mutual delusion. They spun these wild webs back in the summer of 2023, and incredibly, they are still desperately spinning them deep into September 2025, despite lifetime restraining orders.
I would like to point out we are in August of 2026 now.
They'll never stop. Their obstinacy is on a collision course with law enforcement, and they have no one to blame but themselves.
One more video, Aaron. One more video, you'll convince everybody, I promise.
And with that, we shall close things out. If you enjoyed this, please comment and share.
I think it was a good video. I'll make sure to put the link in the description. Oh, sorry, hold on. There's a little bit more.
I would not place Charlotte on the web as one of Katie Joy's biggest haters. I am her biggest hater. There's no question in my mind about that. There's nobody on YouTube that loathes Katie Joy more than I do. Nobody. No.
Some days I wonder if with Steve, if it was like a Samson thing, like he cut his hair and all of his brains was in his hair or something.
Nobody.
The first thing you have to do is admit that you have a problem. Because if you can't even recognize the signs, then you are really in sorry shape.
There are some people that are close, but nobody loves her as much as I do. There's also, of course, Tina. There's KK People Suck. There's Veda. There's Renelle. There's Down the Rabbit Hole Bedtime.
The irony of the anti-Katie Joy community is stark. While these commentators aggressively frame Katie Joy Paulson as a villainous, obsessive force, they remain entirely consumed by her presence. They have spun elaborate conspiratorial narratives, even theorizing that KJP is a grandmaster schemer who manipulated Charla to frame her own detractors and suppress their speech. Yet the projectivity here is undeniable. While accusing KJP of manipulation, this group actively engages in the very interference they claim to oppose. Leaked communications reveal a coordinated effort to influence legal proceedings, with members explicitly discussing gathering evidence to blow her whole case, and actively assisting in attempts to secure protection orders against KJP. That's so crazy! If the roles were reversed, and KJP had been issued lifetime ROs or faced federal bans, this community would undoubtedly launch endless, high-volume outrage and celebrations. Ultimately, while Paulson remains the central focus of their entire platform, her detractors are merely a negligible, peripheral annoyance in hers. KJP's silence on her detractors' professional downfall proves she is not the puppet master they purport to fear. That's so crazy.
Stay wet. Fuck you. And everything you do. Fuck you. Everything you say means nothing to me.
Right.
But, fuck you. Everything you say means nothing. I didn't watch your fucking video. I don't care what you say. Everything you said, all that legal jargon means nothing to nobody at all. So fuck you.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
Legal jargon. Oh my god. Okay. So yes, no, it's a case of thief crying thief, right? It's the case of people won't suspect me of doing this thing if I'm pointing at everybody else doing that thing, right? Particularly if you're at least a little bit successful. If they were more successful at calling out Katie Joy better and more effectively, it would be harder for them to hide how blatant it'd be easier for them to hide how blatant their hypocrisy is, right? If they were a little bit more subtle and smarter about the way they decided to go about harassing Charla and were smarter about stretching it out and not just immediately like overwhelming obsession and absurdity right out the gate, they would have had a better time. There are ways to do what they're doing more effectively and ways to do it in ways that can be like not as easily observable. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying people should do these things, by the way. I'm saying that these people make a good example of these things because they are so obvious, because they are so straight out in the open, because they literally say out loud what they're doing, because they literally say they're breaking the law on live streams where it's recorded and everybody can see it, as opposed to doing a bunch of this stuff in the background, right? Like, this is a good video. The only thing that I might do differently or change a little bit is I'm sure there's a reason why they chose to do it this way instead of what I'm about to say. So bar with me, I guess. There's a, and yes, I did say bar. I did that. I know. There's not a whole ton of the things that Charlotte did, right? This is almost all exclusively what this group had been up to in the context and what they did surrounding at the time frame of these messages, right? Of this now leaked group chat. But it is missing, I think, some of the responses, and I think that's a bit of a shame. Admittedly, had that been added, this video would have been way fucking longer, but I do think that it is... I'm sure that'll get it out there and get its way out eventually, because some of Charla's responses and the way she handled some of this is mastercraft. Some of it at the beginning is like very much like a panicked person who doesn't know what's going on. But by the time she's 3 years into it, some of her argumentation and some of the screenshots and stuff that she's added to things are like masterclass of how to deal with this kind of stuff. Titan says, little hint, if you do want to discuss stuff with a group, make a Discord server and set up hidden channels. There's lots of ways to use Signal. Use an application where the fucking conversation goes away. Like, there are so many better ways to be conspiratorial and be a harassment group that are way, like, more effective and way less obvious. And that's why I like talking about these guys and pointing them out when there is new stuff or when something does come up. Because you're gonna come across this stuff, but you're gonna come across it when it's gonna be way more subtle. And, like, I'm doing the vaccine thing, where I'm like, here's, like, an obvious thing that you can just go pick at. Now take that and apply it to other places. Yeah, that's always a risk, right? Flowers. Yeah, petite. But yeah, it's a good video. Signal and such doesn't work for preserving receipts. Correct. That would be why I would recommend it if you're doing shit like this, because you don't want people to keep receipts, right? Yep. Exactly. But if you want a situation where you have the control, but it's a risk. It's a risk. The company is Steve and Friends Harassment Group that all have restraining orders and lifetime restraining orders and have their channels banned and videos deleted and yada yada and stuff. All that shit. Does anybody have any questions? Comments? Concerns? I call them the company because they're just a group of people conspiring together. They're a cabal. I did see that Suzanne was running into button heads with Aaron a little bit, but it's a solid recap of specifically the stuff that is in that message thread. I wouldn't view this as like a timeline video, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, Titan, you're right. There's always a risk when doing shady shit. Yeah, go figure. Question number 1, how dare you? Have you met me? Of course I dare. I dare not. Number 2, what gives you the right? Goblin. Number 3, who do you think you are? I feel like the answer to all these is the same thing. Goblin, goblin, and goblin. Why were they harassing people? They're a group harassing an individual, and mostly for content. For internet content and to grow their channels. Short answer. Long answer, ego. Mostly. Because they could have dropped it. They could drop it right now. It would still be better for them to stop. Oh yeah, no. I get you. Question, are you having fun? Oh yeah. I've decided to come back because I'm like, I got a little bit of time to kill today. My D&D game got moved to tomorrow, and I have a bunch to do tomorrow. I'm officially, like, I'm still technically on vacation until tomorrow. Technically, my first day back is tomorrow, but I was like, this video dropped, and I'm like, I'll come in here and relax and do this a little bit, do a little bit of easy content. Did they even pretend to have a reason? Yes, but it wasn't a good one. Their reason is because, quote-unquote, they believed that Charla was working for Katie Joy, but they never had any evidence of that. It's because Charla told them no. They were taking people's content from behind paywalls and posting it, and Veda was stealing art, and, like, they were doing, like, violating copyright laws and things like that. So, when somebody told them no, they got really mad about it. Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? Okay. Did I make tea yet? No, I have not. I haven't made it out to the store yet. I have to buy some stuff. Goes back to a Facebook group they want. Yeah, it was a Facebook group where they, like, hate Katie Joy or whatever. But yeah, the only thing about this content and covering this kind of stuff is that I do think there needs to be a little bit more of a thorough video. I think it has to be a video. I don't think I could do it in a live. I think I could do like the setup in a live stream, but I think it needs to be in a video. So they're just shitty people. Yeah. Yes. They're shitty people who are like bigots and etc. etc. There's bad people. They're abusers and harassers. Adjudicated, like a court has come in and labeled them as such. But I do think of a proper coverage of this situation does need to highlight the steps that were taken and what Charla actually has done and has not done. And I would like to see an extensive list of like the things that happened to Charla. So like doxing, harassing phone calls, the videos themselves, the reaching out to family members, the calls from like the police. How many times have the police been called to her house? How many how hard did she have to work to get the court to follow through with X, Y, or Z in that process? Like, there's a lot that's gone on that I think people don't know about. That's going to be like very useful information for anybody else going through this kind of thing. Upped your God tax. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, cruel is it was cruel and it was intentional. I have one question for this group of people, for any one of them, because they all should answer this individually. They claimed early on in their harassment of Charla, they claimed early on that Charla was suicidal, that she was manipulative, and she was basically saying, if you do this, I'm gonna off myself, and that she is mentally unstable, and that's what they believed about her. If that's what you believed about her, how do you justify the actions that you took? Because from what I can tell, the actions that you took were not, in fact, in self-defense, but were attacking her more. So if you believed that that was true, how can we draw a conclusion other than you were trying to push her over the edge to get her to kill herself? Especially since you're still going in 2026. And the other thing I would like to point out is that the first person to bring up pushing somebody over the edge like that was Erin. Erin purposefully brought that up when she was role reversing herself and me. When she was talking about her stupid DM of trying to get me to not show up, trying to get me to take her side. Let me pull that up. Let me pull this up real quick, because I really do think people underestimate this little clip here. EKC people. Let me go find the video. It was the whimper one. Here it is. I think it's even tagged in the right spot.
Hi. So, Cheshire streamed about me yet again. If there ever going to be any kind of witness list or witnesses or anything, it hadn't even been considered or thought of, conceived of yet, or anything. In fact, I don't even think that the other side had an attorney yet at this time. So, I'm not quite sure how it's tampering when she was months away from even landing herself on a witness list. In fact, I didn't even know that there were going to be witness lists until February 2024. This was months before then. So, I mean, unless she wants to, I mean, she can go ahead and admit and claim that this is witness tampering, but she should realize, though, that she's then leaving the door open for me, in the future, for me to unavoidably probably be called to a lawsuit on behalf of her because of her cyberbullying that pushed someone to the point of no return. And I can then sit there and say, these streams she did about me way back then, that was witness tampering because now I'm a witness. But I digress. Neither is witness tampering. That's my point.
So Erin just role reversed what she's been doing and what I've been doing. And in her description of role reversing us, she's describing, again, me pushing somebody to the point of no return as in suicide, which means that she knows that what she's doing, or at least what she believes she is doing, is pushing Charla to the point of no return and the point of suicide, because she currently just role reversed us. And she even said out loud that that's what she was doing. I'll play it again.
Unless she wants to, I mean, she can go ahead and admit and claim that this is witness tampering, but she should realize, though, that she's then leaving the door open for me, for in the future, for me to unavoidably probably be called to a lawsuit on behalf of her because of her cyberbullying that pushed someone to the point of no return. And I can then sit there and say, these streams she did about me way back then, that was witness tampering because now I'm a witness. But I digress.
So in my opinion, and my professional assessment, I would say that that was their intention. Their intention was to bully and harass Charla to the point of no return, or at least were wholly negligent, being aware that that was something that could happen, and not caring. So they, at best, didn't care, and at worst, were doing it intentionally or somewhere in between, where it's like, oh, well, we know this is probably going to happen, so we're going to keep doing it anyway, because we don't feel responsible regardless. Or we get a sense of power from it, because we're gross bullies, harassers, and abusers, because that's what abusers do. But yeah. You can't tamper with a witness before they're a witness. Correct. This was, by the way, in the same video. This is Erin is the one who said, I was trying to convince Chesh of something before she did something like stupid, like go to court. I don't know what to tell you. It's really fucking dumb. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna get out of here. Let me know what you thought. Comment down below. Have a good day, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend. I'm officially back from my vacation tomorrow. I'll be doing, chill Monday stuff. So, I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. I don't have anything. Bye. Goodbye. So long. See you later. Bye. 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 This stupid fried my brain. Okay, bye.
I disagree infinitely about the way that was dumb, and I hate it. And I hate it. By the way, I hate it. I think it's dumb, and I hate it. And I think that it's dumb, and it's stupid.